The Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
The NFL draft is just 5 days away, and Yahoo Sports completely embarrassed themselves with a stupid report on Garrett Wilson. We'll talk about that and the latest on the Jets ahead of the draft. The Buffalo Jet fan will join me. It is the Jake Asman Show. Let's hit it and get it started.
Wish you could have been a Jet, Fernando.
Let's see what happens.
What's your message to the Jet fans in New York?
Jets, Jets.
A new chapter for the Jets has started. Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji are tasked with shaping the future of this franchise. Will they be the ones to finally get it right? We will be here for every step of the journey on the Jake Asman Show, breaking down all the storylines, every game, and everything in between. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super chats, baby. Cut the line. The Jake Asman Show starts right now.
Here we go, Jet fans. Welcome in, everybody. Happy Saturday. Thanks for being part of our program. We are presented by PrizePicks. PSA for those coming to Pittsburgh for our draft party. RSVP, we're going to have a raffle, give away free swag. It's a free event, just like going to the draft is free. So if you're making the trip, make the hub for Jet fans, McFadden's in Pittsburgh. We will see you starting at noon this upcoming Thursday. I'll be doing a live show during the day, and I'll be live after the first round, breaking down everything the Jets do on night one in the draft. Lot to get into with the state of the Jets, and I'm excited about our Saturday guest. It's our friend, the Buffalo Jet fan, who joins us now. BJF, you were smart. You took a vacation last week, which was brilliant. You got to get the escape from the Reese, David Bailey debate and all the other conversations we've been having for months already. So I'm very envious that you got down to Florida and got some time off.
Yeah, man, down in Ian's neck of the woods. But yeah, it's one of the most over-analyzed Jets drafts I can remember, and they're going to take like 5 players at least that we never talked about. So that's how it goes.
Yeah, what position would be like the what? They did what would shock you first 2 nights?
So I guess the biggest wild card would be if one of those top 2 corners falls to 16 and the receivers have gone high. Like, are they going to be able to, is Aaron Glenn going to be able to help himself from taking one of those top corners? Like, I think Connor Hughes put Colton Hood at 16, which I'm not condoning that, but I think that would be the wild card that they could throw in there if I had to guess.
Wouldn't that be really disappointing if a team that's invested the way they've invested in corner and they already traded Sauce, if they then turn around that 16th overall pick and use it on a corner?
16, yeah. In the second round, I think a corner would be more than fine, because then you're talking about 25% of what you got for Sauce, and there's some good names back there. But I really think the way they've built this offseason, I just think they're going to close their eyes and take the best receiver that's there at 16, kind of how it seems like, if they don't or trade up to go get one of the top 3.
Do you think the trade up is coming?
I think they're going to start making some calls. If Carnell Tate gets past 6 or 7, I think you start making some calls to snipe him before the Saints, and I think that the Chiefs are at 9, and then you got that's probably the spot where he's going to go, somewhere in there. So you probably have to get to like 7 to 10, which would cost you pick 44. So I think that could be in the cards, because Tyson and Lemon are probably going to go high as well.
A lot to get into with the draft. We will revisit that conversation. If you guys have questions for the Buffalo Jet fan, write it in. Super chats will cut the line. I also want to mention to people that our weekly raffle every Saturday in the offseason will be coming up at the end of the stream today. This is your last show to enter for your chance to win a Darrelle Revis signed football, a Garrett Wilson signed helmet, and a Wayne Corbett signed football, and a special for anyone watching live today. When you enter for raffle number 69, you'll be entered in next week's raffle 70. I'm going to have more than 5 prizes by the time we get to the raffle next week. But I'm giving away next week on the show Joe Namath signed helmet, Nick Mangold signed helmet, and a Darrelle Revis signed helmet. Those are the top 3 for next week. So 2 for 1 when you enter during this show. You're automatically entered in next week's as well. We'll offer that for anyone who's watching our Saturday show here. So Buffalo Jet fan, I told you about this before we signed on. I'm minding my own business last night, and I see a Yahoo Sports report, right? So the Yahoo is supposed to be a reputable media outlet. It's not supposed to be, one of these independent outlets that just speculate on trades. Charles Robinson's the one who wrote the article. He's covered the NFL forever. And I see the article, and of course, the headline from the article is teams expected to, quote, check in on Jets Garrett Wilson. So I'm like, okay, I'll click and see the nonsense. So I took a screen grab of the article with that in the part of it that mentions Garrett Wilson. And you tell me if this is a load of BS the way I think it is. Quote, this one is flying a little under the radar, given that the Jets do not appear to have interest in moving off Wilson right now. Okay, so why are we writing this? I continue. In fact, I think the Jets want to make sure he's around to be paired with a long-term quarterback of the future, which I think will arrive in the 2027 draft. Again, why are we publishing this then? So that a rookie won't be saddled with a depleted set of skill position players. That said, I definitely got a sense when I was working on the All Juice team and speaking to a lot of front offices that Wilson is going to draw some, quote, check-in calls before, during, or after the draft from teams that missed out on a preferred wide receiver target. Wilson also fits in the schemes of virtually every team that's eyeing a potential first-round receiver in this draft. Again, to be clear, I haven't heard any indication whatsoever that the Jets are shopping him. Again, why are we writing this article? But there are a few teams that view Wilson among potential trade inquiries if the draft doesn't break their way at wideout. And while it seems unlikely that the new Jets regime would trade both Sauce Gardner and Wilson after signing them to extensions last offseason, I'd never say it's impossible. Let me say this to Charles Robinson and Yahoo Sports. You guys are an absolute disgrace. You are an embarrassment. You embarrassed your family. You brought great shame to your friends. This is pathetic. You don't write an article speculating about a trade on Garrett Wilson when you wrote in the article you have no evidence that this is even going to happen or the Jets have any interest on moving on from him, because they don't. They made that clear publicly. They made that clear to people who cover the team off the record that he is untouchable. If you did an ounce of research, you would know this is a horse crap story, and this is classic. Let's use the Jets for some clicks. That's what's happening here. Let's use the Jets name so then we can aggregate it out and make a graphic for it and put it on social media, and people will talk about it, because Yahoo Sports, I'm sure, is a dying sports company, and they needed to use the Jets to get likes. So I read that one. Congrats. I gave you your click, Yahoo. Congrats, Charles Robinson. You got your click. But I'm sorry. This is an absolute disgrace, and I'm not buying it whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know. It's just one of those things where it's like, yeah, technically, if a team with that has like a very high pick were to offer like 3 first-round picks and then something else, like, yeah, but it's just not practical. Like, there's no offer like that coming. And teams called for him at the trade deadline, and the Jets said fundamentally, within the realm of reason, he's kind of an untradeable player. So, yeah, it doesn't really make any sense. They're not going to trade Garrett Wilson. And the guy who wrote that knew that.
I mean, he's just like throwing it out there. Like, the article included like players who could be traded, right? So Dexter Lawrence is in there. Yeah, obviously he's requested a trade. So the link Garrett Wilson in there is just dumb. If you do an ounce of research, the Jets are desperate to get help at wide receiver to put next to Garrett Wilson. All the reports pre-draft have been they're thinking about moving up for one of these guys. So again, it's just trying to use the Jets for clicks, and the Jets are bad on their own. We don't need Charles Robinson of Yahoo Sports to try and drum up more drama. So I digress, but I just thought that was a load of crap. And when I could defend the Jets, which is rare these days, I will certainly do it. This is total nonsense. As far as the debate at 2, Buffalo Jet fan, I know you were a Ruben Bain guy. It feels like that good fight might be over. Where do you land in the Reese and Bailey debate if it is indeed those two we're deciding between?
Yeah, it's not going to be Bane, probably like less than 1% chance. I do think that when Bane is out there on Sundays, he'll make it look a little silly that he wasn't at least a part of this conversation. But with Reese and Bailey, here's the thing, man. I actually think that these are going to be the second and third players drafted, regardless of which order they go in. So I think there's very extreme opinions on both of them. But it's like the people who are very negative on Reese, it's a complete projection. He's Isaiah Simmons or David Bailey. If he plays on the field, the opposing team is going to immediately have 500 rushing yards like the first snap. The NFL clearly disagrees with both of those things. These guys could be top 3 picks, both of them. Their floor is probably both going in the top 10. Now, oh man, this is as close as I've been. You know, I was firmly in the camp of Membu last year, Bowers before it. This is pretty close for me. I think I would still lean Reese, but I'll talk about David Bailey first because I think David Bailey has become a little bit over hated in my opinion in like the Jet, whatever social media sphere, if you want to call it that. Like David Bailey is good. I think David Bailey was a player who, coming from Stanford, was kind of looking like maybe a second round DPR kind of prospect, and he bet on himself, took some nil money, and he put on some weight and tried to show teams that he could be more of a 4-down player. And the beginning of the year, it looked similar to how it did at Stanford, where you're like, man, probably still in that player who's going to go maybe to later round 1. And then the back end of the year, the run defense improved. He's an opportunistic run defender. Like he's got good length. He's a good tackler. That's one of the reasons why Will McDonald is such a bad run defender, is because Will McDonald misses tackles like crazy. David Bailey doesn't miss tackles. He plays pretty well in space. And he started to win with the long arm and the bull rush a little bit more. So his power profile as an edge rusher improved down the stretch as well. Now he is going to be 23. So there could be that question of just how much more there is, but I think it's shown that that's a player who knew his weaknesses and was definitely willing to work on them. And the one thing Bailey has that no one can really sneeze at is like the production. Like the dude put it, like the pressures, hits, hurries, sacks, anything that measures how well you get to the quarterback. He was like top 3 in the nation in everything. And he's a good athlete, and he's got he's got pretty close to prototypical frame. He's got obviously much longer arms than Bain. He's longer than Reese, and he's about 10 pounds heavier, although Reese is so young, that's not that big of a deal. So when you got a player who's meets the size thresholds, who's a good athlete, maybe not the craziest Ben, but a good athlete, and he's got crazy production, those are some pretty good things to bet on. I know that there's maybe some people wonder how well he could do against top flight tackles, but Jake, I mean, you don't play at Penei Sewell every week. I mean, there's a lot of bum tackles in the NFL too. If you look at even within, look at the Jets, who they're going to start the year against, like Tennessee, Dan Moore and J.C. Latham. David Bailey probably has a pretty good day. Then they're probably going to get some division opponent at home, like Will Campbell and 37-year-old Morgan Moses. David Bailey probably has a pretty nice day there too. So Bailey's a pretty good player, and I think I wouldn't be losing my mind if they were to take him. I don't know if you want me to go to Arvo Reese or if I'm talking too much here or.
I think your breakdowns are awesome. Let me ask you this about Reese. How would you anticipate Aaron Glenn and the Jets defense using him right away? Because we keep hearing he could play all over, but what's the plan for Arvo Reese, you believe, in his first year if they take him?
I don't know. That's the great question, right? But I think that they will they will have a plan. I know that people say it's like, well, you're going to take him and there's no plan. Like, what are you going to do? And it's like, bro, that it's not like Arvo Reese is going to show up to camp and Dunbar and Glenn are going to look at each other and be like, oh shit, we forgot the plan. Wait, wasn't it you were supposed to do the plan or me? Who's got the plan? They're obviously going to have a plan of how to use him. Now, to me, I think that you have, in order to justify taking him at pick 2, it doesn't have to be a certain percentage of on the ball or off the ball, but you have to significantly tap into his pass rush upside. You have to. He has to get sacks. He has to get pressures. He's going to have to do that in order to justify being number 2 pick, because you could argue if you just want an off-ball linebacker, I don't know if he's the best off-ball linebacker prospect on his team. It might be Sonny Styles. So I think that he's going to be around the line of scrimmage a lot. Now, it could be simulated pressures. It could be what the Cowboys did with Micah Parsons a lot. I'm not comparing the two. I think, Micah Parsons came out the box as like an all-pro player. I'm not saying he is Parsons, but I do think that's the kind of the concept of how you would deploy him, where you have him as part of a 5-man pressure plan where he's over guards and centers and just attack what develops in front of you. I think what Reese is, I think his floor is a little bit higher than some of his critics may give him credit for, because he's so damn strong. Like whenever you're starting with the foundation of your power profile, like he will set an immovable edge. He'll dent pulling guards. Like he'll ragdoll tackles. So at 245 pounds, he just plays so damn strong, where I think a lot of these hybridy Isaiah Simmons types, they're more finesse players. Like Arvo Reese is a junkyard dog. He's really good in a phone booth. His ability to shed blocks. He's a great tackler. So anything where he is lined up off the ball and moving laterally or forward, he's a killer. He's a killer he's the most versatile run defender in the class. He's a killer in the short, flat yak game that's been a big thing in the NFL. Look at how the the Bills use Khalil Shakir, how the Steelers, like Kenneth Gainwell was like their number one target. So he helps you there. Now with Reese, the main question is he didn't have a ton of reps just one-on-one, like him against offensive tackles in true pass sets. Now he flashed a bit when he did. And I think the question, it may not even be a weakness, but a question is he kind of was able to be the benefit of having a lot of things available to him in that defense where guys like somebody like Reuben Bain or David Bailey, the opposing team was game planning against them as a pass rusher. Like, okay, third down, we're putting two bodies on Bain. We're putting two bodies on Bailey. Now, teams ran away from Reese because he's such a killer in the run game. They just literally ran away from him. But as a pass rusher, he didn't have to deal with teams saying, oh, we're shading up. Like when Bailey played Utah, Fano was just really oversetting because they had a running back on that side the whole time. Every third down, there was a running back to help against Bailey, which is why they could change Fano's sets and it changed the whole tenor of that matchup. Whereas with Reese, he got a lot of stuff on blitzes. He got a lot of stuff on interior offensive linemen. So it's a question. Do I see the vision with Reese? Yeah, dude, he's so special. He moves different. He looks like how a lot of the defensive player of the year kind of candidates look and move in the NFL. But there's definitely, like, I think if you are someone who says, hey, man, you're asking this guy to be an edge and he did it like only this many times, I don't think you're crazy to have some trepidation about that. But also, the upside is real. So I say all that to say, either one, man. Either one is
You're not freaking out draft night with either decision.
No, I'm not. I probably would be like 60-40 towards Reese because I do think him being 2.5 years younger is worthy to mention as sort of a tiebreaker. But David Bailey is good, man. Guys who produce like him are very rarely like bums in the NFL.
I think you're spot on. I lean Reese because of the upside. The thing I can't get over, though, the logic from those reporting the Jets are leaning Bailey being, well, they need someone to help Aaron Glenn more in 2026, and Reese might not be as productive as Bailey would be right away if you just say go and get the quarterback. That can't be the logic. Like, if the logic is you think David Bailey projects to be the best football player at a premium position, okay, you're not alone in that thought. That makes sense. I don't like the idea of, like, drafting a player at 2 and tying it to the head coach's job security. Like, Aaron Glenn's fate should not be decided based on their decision at number 2 in this draft. That's ridiculous.
No, and I kind of don't think it's fair to assume that that's what they're going to do. Like, those to me seem like more like outside of the Jets' national media talking points. And I think it's kind of silly, the idea that a non-quarterback rookie is going to save anybody's job.
Right.
I just think I reject that out the box. Like, the difference in their win total projection, if they take Reese or Bailey for the first year, probably won't change. I really don't think. I don't think I would change my prediction of how many wins. Like, what are they doing at kicker? If they have a bum kicker compared to like losing Nick Folk, that might be a bigger difference than Reese or Bailey year one. And also, I don't know if Reese has a lower impact year one, because I think that if he has multiple paths and like positions and alignments to be on the field a lot, he's going to be making plays out there too. So they're just going to take who they think is the best player, is really what it comes down to. I think anything making it more complicated than that is just trying to find different things to talk about.
So here's my thing with Reese too, that I feel like doesn't get talked about. Shout out to Rich Samiti for putting together these numbers here. So he only had 97 pass rush snaps, but he was double teamed on 41 of them. So the teams knew this guy is a freak. And even though he barely was taught how to rush the passer, like that viral clip of him telling Ben Zolak he was like making up things on the fly because he wasn't really getting the opportunity to do it in games. He was only doing it sometimes in practice. Like, think about that. 97 pass rush snaps. He basically was double teamed on 40 on half of them, 41 of them. So including 11 in the final 2 games alone, when they really said, hey, like big games, playoffs, go and do it. And he was drawing double teams as a guy who was not training to be a pure edge rusher. Like, that stat to me just stands out. Like, again, if you have a good D-line coach, which I think the Jets do in Dunbar, like, you could turn Arvell Reese into a legit pass rusher. Like, I know it's a projection, but all these guys are still a projection at the end of the day.
Yeah, and again, like, if the Jets don't take him, he's going to go minimum top 7. So clearly the league sees his pass rush upside as real. Again, the power is crazy. He's got I mean, there's a play against Illinois where he just long arms the right tackle, like just right into the quarterback's lap. And there's a play against Ohio where you've probably seen it. It's a viral clip where he's just kind of like stabbing the tackle and reading his keys, and then he just clubs the guy in the head and runs, makes the play. So I don't see Reese as necessarily boom or busty. There's just no way to me. It's like, wait, hey, Arvo Reese, we took him. You know, we had some good coaching. He was committed. No character issues, no injuries, but you know, he just sucked at football. I just don't think that's going to be the case. Maybe he doesn't fully develop his pass rush arsenal to be a 15 sack player, but there's no guarantee that anybody else in this class could do that. And I think that's one of the main arguments for Reese is relative to this draft class. Think if there was a player like obviously Will Anderson, you're taking him. If there was a player like Aiden Hutchinson, you're probably taking him. If there was a receiver like Malik Neighbors, like give me the receiver. But I think there's the player that they take at pick 2. I think there's a good argument would not be like the first non-quarterback off the class in many other draft classes. So in that case, when there's question marks with other players, if they want to chase the upside and try and get a defensive player of the year caliber ceiling, and they view that as Reese, then okay, go for it. And Dunbar's a really good coach. You know, some people say, well, can you trust the Jets to do this? And it's like, it's not a quarterback. Carl Dunbar, you could argue, probably has the best resume on the Jets coaching staff at what he does as any coach they employ. So he'll be in good hands.
Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. Many of you are here for the Asmaniac Madness Elite 8 showdown. The Elite 8 will get underway today. Our first battle features the number 1 overall seed, Kyle Clifton, against the 7 seed, Chef Kevin. Poll will open in just a little bit. So get ready to vote. As we're talking right now with the Buffalo Jet fan. End of our show today is our weekly raffle. Last chance to get in for a Darrelle Revis signed football, Garrett Wilson signed helmet, Wayne Corbett signed football. When you enter the raffle, you also are entered in next week's mega raffle around draft weekend. Darrelle Revis signed helmet, Nick Mangold signed helmet, Joe Namath signed helmet. The top prizes in next week's Asmaniac raffle. Some super chats I want to hit, and then some more conversation on the Jet strategy in the first round on Thursday. John writes in, Kyle Clifton's an all-time phenomenal Asmaniac caller, but after this matchup, he will be outside looking in. Time to cook Chef Kev. So some support for Chef Kevin against Kyle Clifton. Shane checking in. Jets are building the team around Garrett Wilson in the draft. Again, this goes back to what we said at the beginning. Their plan is to have Garrett Wilson be a cornerstone on their team, not to trade him. They're adding a receiver to play with them. That's what that report is just so dumb. And it even mentions it in that report, and Charles Robinson still thought it was a good idea to write it. Dumb.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense because then they're just going to draft a receiver. They're going to draft Denzel Boston to replace Garrett Wilson. Like, come on.
Oog says, your guest who says 2 as well 40 times in his sentences and is an actual writer for papers, unreal. I'm not sure who this is. 2 as well means the same thing. Him and Fireman Ed should be axed from this year's guest. Okay, Oog, I appreciate you spending $10 to shit on 2 of my guests here. Thank you very much. Neil checks in. Buffalo Jet fan, rate Curtis Martin announcing the Jets selecting Love at 2, and then he announces the Jets trade up to 9 with Kansas City and gives them Breece Hall to get back the KC pick at 29 and take a receiver or Bain at 9 and Simpson at 29. I will let Buffalo Jet fan answer this, Neil, but just note Curtis Martin is not announcing the number 2 overall pick. He's announcing one of the Jets or maybe both of their second round selections. So that's the difference.
Man, so I don't know about the math of like the value off the top of my head. I don't know if the Chiefs would be interested in Breece Hall since they signed Kenneth. Didn't they sign Kenneth Walker?
The Chiefs did, in fact, sign Kenneth Walker.
Yeah, so I don't know if they would want Breece anymore. Look, I would say with Love at 2, if the Jets did trade Breece Hall last year, they got like a 3rd-round pick, and then they had a 3rd-round pick and his franchise tag money to spend on other stuff. So really, you could turn Breece Hall into 2 starters with the $13 million and the 3rd-round pick, and they wanted to take Love at 2. I would be more than open to that because you got to get a great player at the end of the day. But I think when you already have Breece Hall, who's pretty highly paid, I think going from good to great at a non-premium position, like with the number 2 pick. So in this case, you're trading Hall. Okay, if you're trading Hall and you're getting some stuff back in a vacuum, I don't hate that. Now, in terms of getting Bain, I love Ruben Bain. He's my favorite player in the class. Ty Simpson at 29. Yeah, I'm definitely on a lot of islands this draft class. Jake, I definitely have some opinions that are seem to be hot takes. Like, I think Ty Simpson in the 2nd round would be a fine bet to make. I wouldn't want to take him at 16 because I think you're hitching your wagon to him a little too much where the opportunity costs for future quarterbacks. But I think Ty Simpson in the second round, when you're comparing to like what you're going to trade your whole first round to come up and get like Julian Sane or whatever next year, because they're not getting the first guy. The first pick is going to be by some other bum team who's even worse than the Jets, and they're not going to answer the phone. And the second pick might be like that as well. We've seen that a bunch of times with like Winston and Mariota and Goff and Wentz and Caleb Williams and like those, the quarterbacks, the classes that have quarterbacks that are all worthy of taking like 2 and 3 altogether. It's going to be some scrub teams that are probably worse than the Jets. The Jets never have the number 1 overall pick. They're not going to be worse than they were last year. Shane Steichen's not having a number 2 pick. Jordan Love's or Dak Prescott's teams are not having a top 3 pick. So the Jets are probably like picking at 7 and looking to trade up. And I think that Ty Simpson in the second round would be fine to me. So yeah, I don't know if that sufficiently answers a grade on it, but I like some of the players and some of the avenues you were thinking outside the box. And I don't think you're crazy for all of it.
Well, I'll tell you what. So I think you're higher on Ty than I am, but I don't dislike him as a prospect. I just won't ignore history. So I wouldn't take him at 16 just based off the lack of starts. But I think what he does well, processing, intermediate throws, footwork, some of the intangible stuff, son of a coach. I think he's certainly a guy that, let's say he did have 15 more starts, he's definitely going like in the top 10 of an NFL draft. He obviously doesn't. So that's why I have a second round grade on Ty. If he's there at 33, I'm not saying I would necessarily do it. I'd want to know who else is on the board at that time, what trade offers present itself if I can move out of that spot. But I'm not going to like necessarily kill the Jets if they took him at 33. I think the dream is he's there at 44 and you just take him and no harm, no foul. But I agree. Like, you got to keep taking swings at quarterback. You just got to be responsible with it. Like, you take him at 16, the context of that is way different than doing it in the second round.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if Arizona jumps the Jets or, but yeah, I think you make a good point about 33 is you have to weigh like the value that pick could be traded. So you could turn pick 33 into like whatever, pick 39 and a third rounder or something, which obviously adds into the value. And with Ty, I agree with you. Like the lack of starts, he plays a little small. So he's got some red flags, but I think those are baked into the price of being a second round pick. That's why I wasn't a big fan of, at the time, Dante Moore talked about being taken at 2 because he also had like less than 20 college starts. Once you get to the second round, I think with, players like Jackson Dart and Tyler Shugg were kind of drafted in that range last year. And remember, we were talking about maybe taking a quarterback in that range, and everyone said, you cannot do that. You are wasting a pick because Drew Aller, Garrett Nussmeier, and Cade Klubnik are going to be there to save your franchise next year. And I'm not saying Jackson Dart or Tyler Shugg are anointed as anything, but I'm pretty sure the Giants and the Saints don't regret making that investment when they felt that the opportunity cost was appropriate. Because they would be left holding the bag this year. They'd be now talking about taking Ty Simpson or whatever. So I'd be cool with it. And I think that if it did work out, like we always talk about the risks of, well, what if he sucks? What if it's bad? What if it's this? What if it's that? What if it works out and number one, you can actually sit him for a year because Geno Smith can maybe get you through a season. They're going to sign some Cooper Rush of the world. Sit him for a year, which we always say we want to do, and we never do. And that kid they trade up for next year to take in the top 10, he's playing week 1. I don't care what they say. They're going to play in week 1 when you take a quarterback in the top 10. You can actually sit him for a year. And then you could have 3 first-round picks to further build around a quarterback. Like that potential is really, really enticing to me. And Jake, if Arch Manning goes out there and has a Joe Burrow 2019 year where it's like, oh my God, this guy can't miss, and the Jets somehow get the number 1 pick, then you take him and then you have to sell a lightly used Ty Simpson for 60 cents on the dollar and you go about your day. And you hedge the most important position in sports that everything else we're talking about means Dickie McGeezak if you don't have some stability and like competence for at least a medium to long-term plan.
I totally agree. All right, a couple quick hitters for you because I know you got to run. The wide receiver power rankings for the Buffalo Jet fan, because we keep hearing about the big 3, but give me your top receivers here. And in terms of players you'd be willing to move up for, factor that into the conversation as you break these guys down.
Okay, so my wide receiver rankings. So there's I've only watched film up to the 7 guys, so I could just give you those 7 in order. Number 1 to me would be Carnell Tate. I think that I love his contested catch ability. He had his historic, like honestly, ball skills because he didn't drop a pass. Like 80% contested catches is crazy. So, and I think he rounds out the room really nicely. He's kind of a possession receiver who's also a deep threat. So I like Carnell Tate a lot. Number 2, if we're just going on the talent, would be Jordan Tyson. Now, I can't speak to how teams are going to value his medicals, but I think Tyson, you could argue, has the most well-rounded skill set of the first-round guys in terms of his speed, his separation ability, his deep ball tracking. Not as good as contested catches as Lemon or Tate, but definitely has like the overall profile of what you've seen a lot of wide receiver ones, and his production against good teams was phenomenal. Mekhi Lemon would be 3. I love Mekhi Lemon because I think that his combination of the spatial awareness and the toughness in the modern NFL, where everyone is in split safety zone, like that's the kind of player who kills split safety zone. And you have a proof of concept, guys like JSN, guys like Amon-Ra St. Brown. I know his frame is way different, but to an extent, Puka Nacua, of guys who aren't the best athlete winning. So those 3 guys to me would be immediate like 1As to Garrett, who could be an alpha target for you if Garrett has to miss time. Then I would say there's kind of a line of demarcation where it's a next tier of guys who could be a really good dynamic second option. And that would be guys like Omar Cooper Jr., who doesn't have a lot of weaknesses and is a yak monster. He's a little bit shorter in terms of his arm length, and he's kind of built in the lower body like a running back. So there might be some Corley flashbacks, but obviously he's a much better, well-rounded prospect. But he could be a nice number 2 for you as a Z receiver. I think Kenyon Sadiq is going to be a similar, like a big slot yak kind of athlete that makes me a little nervous, but somebody's going to bet on him. And if you have a good coaching staff, you could probably figure it out. Mason Taylor blocks in line well enough where Sadiq could be an option for you. So those would be.
So you would take him potentially at 16?
Man, I think I would.
It makes me nervous. Like, you know, if the Ravens take him, he's going to be great, or the Chiefs take him, he's going to be great. The Jets with Frank Reich, I don't know if they're going to be able to maximize him.
So I think there would likely be a player there I would prefer. Like I would take Vega over Sadiq, because Vega to me is, I know we don't want a first round offensive lineman, but it's like, dude, he's going to be a starting good offensive lineman for like a decade. I don't know if he could pass it up. The problem with guys like Sadiq, or the question at least, because he's crazy athletic. Like there's some times where he'll catch a safety or a linebacker flat footed and like you're done. And on those seam balls, and obviously he was a really good yak player, crazy athlete, someone's going to take him high. I think it's like the Walmart version of Brock Bowers a team could see in him. The issue with these tight ends that you're saying you're going to play at receiver is, and Kyle Pitts was the perfect example of this. Now you have to analyze their skills as a wide receiver. So is his route running and his change of direction and his catchability, how is that at wide receiver? Because teams aren't going to guard you with a linebacker. If you're just going to split out wide, they're just going to play nickel. And now you have to win how wide receivers win. So that's a little bit of a question. But again, if the Chiefs or the Ravens are thinking about him at 14, like I can't sneeze at the guy a couple picks later. And then the final 2 would be Boston and Concepcion. And I think they're kind of opposite. Like Boston, bigger contested catch kind of player, a lot of red zone production. Makes me a little bit nervous of guys who don't separate the best. And then Concepcion separates like crazy, but he just doesn't catch the ball. So it's like, which one do you want? He's got a high drop rate, but that's how I would round it out. And I think all those guys would be worth taking anywhere from, pick 16 to 33 for the Jets.
Last question. Doesn't need to be specific to the Jets, but I know you love breaking down guys on film and putting together your big board of players. Who are just your favorite players in this draft? You could say Ruben Bain, but I think anyone who watches your content or follows you on social media knows you love yourself some Ruben Bain. You mentioned it earlier. So outside of Bain, because that's obvious, who are just your favorite players in this draft class?
I love Zion Young. Now, I don't know. So he's an edge defender out of Missouri. Now, if the Jets do go edge at 2, I don't know if they'd spin back around at 33 and get him. But he's a big ass kicker who's got, I think of all those big edge players who come in with a run defense floor, like he's got the most amount of wiggle as a pass rusher. I've always been high on Peter Woods. I know it's been a tough draft process for him. He's got, some people see him as a 15th player. Some people see him as a mid-second round pick. But if you're getting to pick 33 and they want that kind of twitched up, 5 tech who could replace the guys like Onyemata, who's on a 1-year contract, Pons, an undersized, great, awesome defensive back. Like he was winning press man reps against Denzel Boston when they played each other. And then Jacob Rodriguez, linebacker out of Texas Tech, I think is phenomenal. He reminds me a lot of Matt Milano, ironically, who was obviously really good for the Buffalo Bills, although he killed Mike White with a dirty hit. But he's a linebacker he's a little smaller, he's a little older, but he's really athletic, and he just got a nose for the ball, man. Like, he just makes plays. And I think this defense, like, they need back seven defenders that make plays on the ball. That's why I like Rodriguez. I like AJ Halsey because his ball production is just phenomenal. And I think that he's kind of the concept of Nick Emonwari, not nearly as athletic because nobody is. I think the league is going more towards those big nickly kind of versatile defensive backs. So Halsey could be that. So yeah, those are like 5 guys that could be taken mostly in the second round. I would say I am higher on Ty Simpson than most too, but it's people lose your mind when you talk about quarterback.
That they do. Okay. Real quick, if I don't think they're going to, but if they did take him at 16, Ty Simpson, of course. What is your reaction? Are you going to try and defend the pick?
No, I do think there's a pretty big significant difference in taking him at 16 and taking him in the second round, because I think that then you're really probably writing off the following year's quarterback class. Like, where you could take him at third in the second round, you could stash him, you could play him. Like, there's lots of ways for it to play out. And then if the quarterback class, again, if you have that quarterback next year who's sitting there for you and he was phenomenal, and you're like, you know what, Ty Simpson didn't even play. We're going to take that quarterback high. Him and Ty Simpson are going to battle it out. Maybe we trade Ty Simpson. That gives you options. But I think pick 16, let's go through this, Jake. If they take Ty Simpson at pick 16, he plays 6 games at the end of the year. It's hot and cold. Then, and if, let's say, the staff, unfortunately, is, maybe they replace the coaching staff and the GM. I mean, Woody Johnson might tell the next regime, okay, you're fixing Ty Simpson because that was a first round pick. He's getting $25 million or whatever. You know what I mean? So I think the opportunity cost is too much at 16. But in the second round, where I think that it's not going to derail your franchise for years if it doesn't work out, I think I'd be willing to take the swing.
Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. All right. Final question, Buffalo Jet fan. The NFL draft's 5 days away. Your prediction for who the New York Jets end up with after the conclusion of night 1.
I think that it's going to be Reese at 2 and Mekhi Lemon at 16.
Wow. I think that'd be exciting for the fan base.
Yeah, I think Lemon at 16 is a pretty crowd-pleasing option. I think the Bailey Bros and the Reese, I don't know if they have a name, but the Reese people and the Bailey Bros. Arbell's Army and the Bailey Bros could come together at 16 and be happy about Mekhi Lemon. I agree. BJF, plug your channel on the way out. Yeah, Buffalo Jet fan, talking about the Jets, coming out with us. You can hear me talk about Ruben Bain every day, and it's fun. Appreciate you hopping on, man. Enjoy your weekend, all right? Anytime. Take care. Buffalo Jet fan with us. Reminder, draft party in Pittsburgh, 5 days away.
Draft Day 2026 live from Pittsburgh. Jets Nation on the clock. Gang Green take Fat McFadden's day and night draft party hosted by the Jake Asman Show. Thursday, April 23rd, doors open at noon. Let's go! Yeah!
It's going down, folks. I can't wait. RSVP, if you're coming, this is going to be an event of all events. Lou B and his team have put together a master plan for all the Jet fans making the trip. So I can't wait for this. Be ready, because it's going down. Hey, let me shout out Paulie Dogs, who was the first to gift memberships during the show. We had the raffle at the end again for the following 3 prizes: Wayne Corbett autographed football, Garrett Wilson autographed helmet, Darrelle Revis autographed football. 2 for 1 on the Saturday show today. Joe Namath signed helmet, Nick Mangold signed helmet, Darrelle Revis signed helmet, all part of next week's mega raffle. We might have 5 or 6 prizes by the time we get to next week. I'll probably do the raffle on Sunday, the day after NFL draft weekend, because we're going to be live a lot Thursday, Friday, and Saturday on draft day. You guys are the absolute best. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line in honor of Paulie Dogs gifting 5 memberships. First things first, I play this. So Green Bean was supposed to join me this morning. Unfortunately, he had something come up, so I'm going to reschedule that one with him. I was going to do the old Buffalo Jet fan green bean combination back to back. But unfortunately, he was unavailable, so we'll work on rescheduling green bean for those of you expecting him. I got some super chats I want to hit, but I also want to open up poll voting in Asmaniac Madness. Folks, we've made it to the Elite Eight. We are down to 8 incredible Asmaniacs. Kyle Clifton and Chef Kevin representing the inside-outside region. Lenia, North Carolina, and the big fellow representing the Dangerous Alliance region. Gary 3D Boxing and Mr. Bonesy, our defending champion, representing the Extraordinary region. And Charles Gorman and Purple Belt Mike representing the Grown Ass Man region. Here's the schedule update. Kyle Clifton and Chef Kevin, moments away. Leany and the big fella, Monday afternoon. Gary and Bonesy, Tuesday afternoon. Gorman and PBM, Wednesday afternoon. We then will pause the tournament once we get to the Final Four for draft weekend, and we will resume it on Tuesday of next week. The reason for that is we're going to go heavy on draft talk and reaction on Sunday and Monday, of course. I'm working every day this week. So we will pause the tournament, keep the focus on the draft and all the reaction and everything that transpires, resume the tournament Tuesday with our first Final Four matchup. That will be the inside-outside winner versus the Dangerous Alliance winner. Wednesday will be the Extraordinary versus Grown-Ass Man winner head-to-head. Pause the tournament for a day on Thursday, and our national championship will be that following Friday. So that's your look ahead at the schedule for Asmaniac Madness.
Asmaniac Madness is underway. Make sure you vote to make your voice heard.
On that note, let's set the stage now for our first Elite Eight showdown representing the inside-outside region. Someone will cut down the nets at the end of today's program. Kyle Clifton, our number 1 overall seed. Chef Kevin, a 7 seed who is on quite the run. We have messages from each candidate here that I want to bring up. First, a little montage from Kyle Clifton, and I'm going to verbally explain what is happening here, folks, because Kyle Clifton has put the time in. He's been battling with his detractors in the chat. If you've been following the show, you most certainly have seen that. So this is from Kyle Clifton, and let me say this. This is how Neil thinks Kyle has spent his last 45 football seasons, despite only meeting and falling in love with a Giants fan only 14 years ago. But real ones who watch Jake Asman every day know better. They know Kyle from the chat, the Discord, and the meetups. And the real Kyle stands out. One final strong message from our number 1 overall seed, the Kyle Clifton. And now, a message from the Chef Kevin campaign before the polls will open.
I'm here with Joe Bonesy, supporting Chef Kev. We got a giveaway going on. We got a fresh, horse-haired, Alden brush here. These things, this shit makes you look fresh. You brush your shoes with this, anything.
This is $50. That's worth a bounty.
Yeah, there you go. And we're going to sign this live. Bonesy, baby. Now we go. Go ahead, Joe. Let's go, baby. Whoever brings it in the chat, whoever brings it the most in the chat gets the free Alden brush. This shit is fire. Support Chef Kev. All love, baby. Let's go, Jets. You want to give me a good one?
What, Jets fan?
Yeah.
Okay, ready?
J-E-T-S! Jets, Jets, Jets! Woo!
Well done by the Bonesy Bros. Here we go, folks. Chef Kevin, the 7th seed, trying to pull off the upset over the 1 seed, Kyle Clifton. Your votes determine who advances to the Final Four in Asmaniac Madness. Voting for the Elite Eight is underway.
Who's gonna be the best of the bunch? Asmaniac Madness. You get to pick the ones that make the show walk. I'm legit as a Jew.
Vote, vote, vote. Here we go, baby. All right, let me get caught up on some super chats. We're certainly going to hear from Kyle Clifton. If Chef Kevin calls in, he will cut the line right away. This one is from Rob Daniels, who's in for 2. At the end of the season, they were doubling Reese. I'd rather Reese is my pick, but won't mind Bailey. To me, the draft starts at 16. Move up or stick and pick, but we need a wide receiver. Agreed. And this is where you have to hope that Muji has good sources around the league with other teams. He can get an idea for where the other receivers are projected to go. And if the Jets have a clear higher grade on like Carnell Tate versus everyone else, if that's your guy, then okay, you got to be willing to go up and get your guy. Or if they have, comparable grades on the quote unquote big three, and you think one will be there for you at 16, then you don't trade up. Then you trust your sources that one of those guys will be there. But that's where you need to have good relationships with other teams, other people in the media, right? You know, what is Schefter hearing about what Kansas City might do? Are they going to take a receiver? Or New Orleans? Like, does Muji have those connections? This is where you learn a lot. Oog checking in. This was funny earlier. I was waiting to get into this. He goes, Jake to the hole, no rules against it. There is a rule against it. It's my damn show. Mr. 2 as well, which are the same thing, and Fireman Ed are trash. Wow, Oog really not a fan of Mr. 2. I don't know what guest he's referring to, and Fireman Ed. Re-up for this year because they suck. 2 as well. Gary for the win. Villain this year. Prosper. So Oog just coming out everyone and endorsing Gary, who has admitted to voter fraud.
I need y'all to make 50 fake accounts, 50 burner accounts. They're not fake. They're real accounts. They're just burner accounts. And then go vote for me from all 50 accounts.
Ladies and gentlemen, controversy galore here. I'll tell you what, Oog, I won't send myself to the hole for the whole show, but I will do this because you paid good money for it, and I am a Capplefish. Here you go. I'm putting myself in the hole, baby, for the show. You know what's funny? I see that Oog is actually on the line, and this is actually you, Oog. So, Oog, I'm going to go to you real quick here. Hello, Oog.
Hey, man, that's awesome.
Hold on. There you go. I'll put myself in the hole for you, Oog.
Yeah, you're a great sport.
Who's Mr. 2? I don't know who that is.
So I think he's the guy that worked for New York Times. You had him on like a couple days ago.
New York Times.
Not racist, but he's a black guy.
Antoine Staley? He's Daily News.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah, that's him.
What's your issue with Antoine?
Mr. 2 as well. So check this out. He says a sentence, all right, I'm going to the store and I'm going to buy milk and eggs too as well. Like, it's the same thing, dude. It means the same thing. And he says it every sentence.
So he says the word too much. That's why you don't like him?
No, I had a boss. Actually, it stems from a boss that he said the same thing. Two as well.
So Antoine reminds you of your old boss, and that's why you don't like him.
Yeah, I despise him. Anyway, Jets take. I think they should double down on receiver.
What round?
What do you think? I don't know. I think they should keep all their picks and go 16 and then maybe 44.
I can see that. I don't think that's a crazy take. It's a good receiver class, especially for the second and third round depth guys.
Just like you say all the time, like we need firepower. Like, we haven't scored points in forever. And I don't know. I just think offensive, I don't know. I like it.
I don't hate the take, Oog. I just think it's going to come down to how aggressive are they at 16? Like, if they already traded up for Tate, I doubt they're then going to double up on receiver unless, let's say, they traded out of 33 and acquired, a third round pick that they didn't have, previously, or if they double up on receiver. I don't think it'd be in the second round at that point. I think you'd be looking at maybe one of their fourth round picks or in the fifth or sixth round potentially.
They'll actually do that trade.
You're a robot, Oog?
A real thing.
Bimbo boomy, bimbo bimbo boomo ba, bimbo ba, bimbo ba, bimbo boomy, bimbo boomo ba.
We were losing there with the internet connection, Oog, but I'm sorry you don't like Antoine Staley or Fireman Ed because Antoine says the word too much and you don't like Fireman Ed. But I appreciate the super chat. Nonetheless, you were in the raffle for 10 with that, plus you had a $10 one earlier, so you got 12 entries coming your way. This super chat is from Bino, who says, I don't know if Clifton has a burner support like Gary. We're going to find out. Mike D's Nuts endorsing Chef Kevin. Strong endorsement here from the great Mike D's Nuts. Mike, thank you. D's Nuts. In the raffle for 2, Dino says, love Jacob Rodriguez. My comp, slightly bigger version of Zach Thomas. I just love that if they draft Jacob Rodriguez, we can make fun of Neil for calling him like Martinez and like coming up with every other like Spanish name he could think of. That's what I would love. But I also do like the player a lot. I saw him at the Senior Bowl. I met his agent at the Combine. Really good guy, Jacob Rodriguez, from everything I've heard. PBM says me versus Charles is like brother versus big brother. It's going to be a battle. Leany says, I'm married to a Giants fan, and there's nothing wrong with that. Neil, Mr. Leany cheers for the Jets because he loves his Queen Leany. Leany, I met Mr. Leany. Great guy. Love that. Hey, shout out to Coops. I'm just seeing this, Coops. Thank you very much. A 10 spot, a raffle ticket, $50 super chat. Hey, now.
Get your ass off my super chats. Some of these are gifted memberships, too.
Hey.
The hell with it.
Coops writes in, enjoy your trip to the draft. Hope I meet you one day. Go Jets. This is so you get out of the hall. Coops, I appreciate it. Thanks for bailing me out of my own show.
Money, 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 money.
Coops, I got you down for 10. Appreciate it. All right, let's get to more of your calls. Ladies and gentlemen, here to make his case as I'm seeing an upset potentially brewing. Chef Kevin with an early lead, 61-39 over our number 1 overall seed. Does Kyle Clifton have a comeback in him? Hit it.
Yeah, I think I got to come back in me. Shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, there's no coincidences as I'm out here outdoors this Saturday morning. You know, planning for my victory. You look down at the asphalt and it's coincidentally colored Giants red and blue. And I've got the ladder. I've got the ladder out. I've got the net right there. I got the scissors right here. I just need the Asmaniacs to come and rally for me. That's all I need. And I'm hoping that'll be the case.
He's ready to cut down the nets, folks.
Chef Kevin is a tremendous guy, tremendous caller. I can't, compete with him in the culinary sphere. Know what I want to. I have a great deal of respect for what he does. My whole thing is, I get up in the morning, I think about the New York Jets, and I kind of leave it out here on the show. So I'm hoping that some people will find it in their heart as we go down the stretch here to kind of push me over the finish line and into the Final Four. And that's basically all I have. I think we're taking the family and the cousins to go see a movie today, and I might not be able to watch the end of the show, but I am invested, and I do want it. So push me over the line, Asmaniacs.
Kyle, you're a tremendous caller. It's going to come down to, is it enough against Chef Kevin, who's putting on quite the performance with these videos?
Yeah, I got to get home and vote. So
good luck, Kyle. You're the man. Appreciate everything.
I'll talk to you later.
Asmaniac Madness is underway. Make sure you vote to make your voice heard.
Vote. 60-40, Chef Kevin leading, but a lot of times I think what happens is the underdog kind of gets like that early push. And then as people who just joined the show, maybe they recognize the name Kyle Clifton more than Chef Kevin. They lean Kyle. We've seen that happen. But you never know, man. This tournament is a wild one. Many people had Beast going all the way, and he got knocked out early by Queen Leany. So things happen around here, as we know.
We can't hear you. Restart. Go to commercial.
Beast?
I was actually watching John Starks right now. Remember him? The man that scored 14.1 points, 4 assists, 2.7 rebounds across 602 games. That's the only man I want to wouldn't mind watching live right now. And tonight,
let me ask you, do you think John Starks and Patrick Ewing could get the pick and roll going tonight against the Hawks?
It could happen. Remember, as someone once said, anything could happen in this tournament. Anything could happen.
Right.
The Hawks might get knocked out. We might get punched in the nuts. We might kick them back in the brain with a spinning savant kick, or we might or the Hawks might come up and give us the TKO uppercut.
Do you think Van Gundy's got a good strategy for the Hawks later?
Come on, Jeff Van Gundy. Come on, you know the guy. He's a smart man. He knows what he's doing. He learned a lot from his brothers. Come on. Who else can't learn? let's see where we're gonna go first. Just remember, last year at this time, we took on Detroit. We punched their asses out. And then what did we do to Boston? We gave them the big. We ripped them right by the nuts and just went, player, pimpin' ain't easy, yo. I'm like, I thought you were gonna be good. I thought you were good. Say what? Say what? That's enough.
Thank you very much for that one, Beast. More of your calls right now. We've heard from Kyle Clifton. Now we hear from his opponent who's got a lead 57-43. It's Chef Kevin time.
He's always cooking or coaching or flashing his green. This man is cooking or kicking Asmaniac. He's at the tailgate. He's cooking, blow torching his food. A diehard Jets legend, the chef they call Kevin. Chef Kevin.
Jake, what's up, brother? How you doing, man?
Chef Kevin, what's up, man?
Come on, let's go. I love the support, man. Y'all know I want this, man. Yo, I want this, and I'm gaining steam, man. I'm getting the momentum going. You know, let me get to the Final Four. We all going. Yo, we all going to the Final Four. It ain't me. It's all of us. This community that you built, Jake. You know, it's top tier, man. You know, I've always been a supporter, man. Day one, man. You know, I look up to the OGs, the beginning ones. I say this constantly. You know, I'm here, and I give, man. I put in. Sorry, I put in work. Yo, everybody's texting me crazy, man. I got these notifications, but yo, I'm locked in, man. I know Clifton. He didn't get no sleep last night. I'm applying that full court press, man. Y'all see
It's
it
a
in
strong
the chat.
showing, Kev. I must admit, I thought this was a 51-49 type of battle. 57-43. You got the lead right now, big time.
Yeah, you know, I'm confident. I'll tell you that, man. It's not in a cocky way. I'm confident with what I'm doing. If I'm lucky enough to get by, man, you know, y'all gonna see a lot more from me. I know a couple days ago, you know, audio got a little messed up, but I heard Clifton like scallops. So just so y'all know, you know, I got the sports takes and all, I got the Jet stuff, man. But when it comes to cooking, and this is no BS, man. I'm your favorite chef's favorite chef, man. And that saying goes for this too. I'm your favorite Asmaniac's favorite Asmaniac. Talk to them. Talk to your favorite Asmaniac and ask them about me. Yo, I'm cool. Yo, I show love, man. It ain't no cap. It's all genuine. Take the shirt off my back. Yo, it don't matter. Yo, I rep it all, man. But Clifton, man, yo, great call. You know, I got no problems with Clifton. Yo, he's a great dude. He contributes so much to this community, man. But when he said he wanted scallops, man, you gotta get this guy some scallops, man.
Wow.
So these are bacon wrap scallops with the balsamic. But wait, there's more. I can't just do one, right? We got the breaded ones, breaded scallops. Got some glaze, some rice, man. I'm doing a bad job with this, but
that looks amazing.
Here it
I'm
is. And I
starving
got one more. I got one more, man. You know, we got to do it. We got to do it 3 ways. And then we got the grilled ones with the mash, a little bit of salad, man. Clifton, man, you a scallop dude? You come rock with me. My background's seafood. Anybody that knows me here at the Cloverleaf, our seafood's top tier. You know, to none. We got it all. Known for burgers, beer, yo, everything, man. And the support that you showed, Jake, man, over the years for here. You know, I appreciate that. We did the Asmaniac meetup here, which was an amazing time right after that green and white scrimmage. Yo, it was a hell of a time. And I could go on and talk about, you know, stuff I've done for the community. You know, I could even, you know, Beast. Yo, we start off a little shaky, but yo, the Beast, yo, I got his back, man. Yo, I'll tell y'all straight up, I saved little Joey's life, man. I saved his life. When Beast was grilling in the attic, I told him, yo, open up that window, turn on the fan. Yo, I'm like, who else was saying that? Nah, I was here. When you
wrong with this thing? Son of a bug.
Hey, B,
Ain't
say
that
thank you to
fixing
Chef
something?
Kevin.
Mr. Kevin, I'm gonna have to say, hey, you'll get a tip from me, and we gotta make some pizza together. But
Come on,
you do
man, let's
you
go.
do sesame seeds with pizza or no?
I could do both, man. I could do both.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. If I get out one of my stuffed pepperoni pizzas, I take it apart first. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna room temperature it first. Then once it's room temperatured, I'm gonna put it right to work. You got your special sauce?
Come on, man. Top tier.
Oh,
I'm
you're
in
good.
North Jersey. I'm in North Jersey, Beast. This is where they at. Come on.
Hey, now you're talking. Now
Let's
you're
go.
talking.
Let's go.
Now we got some competition when it comes to pizzas.
I'm cooking with fire,
Hey,
man.
I'll tell you what. You get your pizzas ready. I'll get mine ready.
Woo.
And remember, you know who else I'm supporting? You know who this is?
Come on.
Crispy Pizza.
Let's go.
That's right. That's right. No slop jalops. Nothing floppy either. We're gonna play hard. We're gonna play dirty. That's called
Straight.
You want to win? Play dirty. If you can't stand the heat, out the kitchen.
Get out of it, man. You know I bring it, man. I bring the takes. I bring it all. I'll bring the shenanigans if need be. You know what it is.
I like that chicken palm ears. I like that. That looks good.
We doing something special. National Pretzel Day. We putting that chicken parm sandwich on a pretzel bun.
Really?
Different, man. Different.
This
Don't knock it till you try it.
That's what I gotta see.
Come on, man.
Well, I'll tell you what. One of these days, when I come up to North Jersey, there better be a chicken parm ready with some spaghetti on the side and fresh garlic bread. You know, a little Mamma Mia. You know,
I'll grate the parm for you. I'll grate the Parmesan cheese on top for you, Beast.
Oh yeah, extra cheese, perfect. No wine, no soda. Just fresh cold water. That'll do the trick. Hey, there you go. That's what I like. Capiche?
I got you, brother.
Capiche?
Capiche?
I'm looking forward to that meetup.
Come on, man. Let's go. Jake, yo, it's because of you. It's you, man. I wasn't a believer, man. I sent him the whole, in the beginning a couple times, man. And then it was like, yo, he wouldn't go away. He kept coming, kept bringing the shenanigans, all. Beast grew on to me, man. He did, man. And it was you and Gator. I've said this before. You and Gator, you saw the vision or whatever. It was unpopular, but it's entertaining, man. That's what people. It's entertaining, man. And I appreciate for you being innovative, seeing the stuff, how you create the show. You let all walks of life call into the show, let people get their takes off, man.
All walks of life. Like we have like Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah. We got some characters, man.
Figure alien.
I appreciate you. And we got the Knicks going on, man. Come on, man. I know
I'll be
you're
there
going
tonight.
to the Garden.
Let's go.
Hell yeah. Knicks tape. Come on, man. I believe. Let's go. It's a beautiful time. And then you're gonna be out there next week too in Pittsburgh, man. Yo, Jake.
Did you see though, Chef? This always happens the last couple of years. The Knicks are playing Game 3 in Atlanta the same night as Round 1, so that is going to be stressful. And the Yankees are playing the Red Sox at the same time, and it's just of course I was hoping the off night would have been Thursday and they would have played Wednesday night because then when I'm with Lou B and we're eating dinner, I could just put the game up on my phone or whatever. But it's gonna be stressful. But let's hope they just take care of business. They should win this series in 4 or 5. Let's be real.
Yo, come on, let's be real. I feel good about it. It's just we got to make it to the chip, man. We had a small taste last year. The Halliburton BS. So we should have took that. Series would have been a little different. A new age. We got a deeper bench, man. Hopefully we could pull it through. Another year of chemistry with them. With Cat and Bridges last. We needed the chemistry to gel right. Big body Brunson, man, clutch time. Let's see if he could take it over, nail those big shots, and then step up on defense. If Brunson can play a little bit of defense, work on the switches, man. We got a shot, man. We got a shot to take it all.
Let's go. Kev, you're the man. Let's see if you have a chance to cut down the nets and get to the Final Four. You're leading 55-45, starting to tighten a little bit. Clifton's got a lot of fans, so this would be a big upset. Good luck to you, Chef.
Appreciate you. Let's go, Jets.
Let's go, baby. Hit it.
Asmaniac Madness is underway. Make sure you vote to make your voice heard.
All right, let me get caught up on the super chats here. Then I see if my guy Lou B is on the line, so I'm going to him. I'm going to him next. This one is from Dino, who says Kyle Clifton's going to make a comeback and pull up some Monday Night Magic, just like the Jets did against the Fish.
The Jet fans getting a little crazy.
Shout out to Fireman Ed, part of the Vice TV doc episode on the Monday Night Miracle. Mike Perez in the raffle for 2. Battle of 2 Titans. Love Kyle, maybe one of the best callers, but Chef Kev gets my vote today. My house is always room temp, 32 degrees. Nice callback. Oog says, I'm going to Chicago next week. Beast in the Wild. Beast, you want to hang out with Oog?
You know what that one gets? Whoop! Incomplete pass.
So that's a no.
Incomplete. I know what certain people are welcome and which certain people are not. He looks like a late entry. Unfortunately, no late entries until I see certification.
What does that mean?
That means certify. That means 6 months to a year. I mean, come on now. You think I'm born yesterday? No, I don't think so. I'm just your regular average Joe. Now let's just poll and remember tonight, folks. You know what time it is? It's go New York, go New York, go. You know what time it is? It's game. Go New York, go New York, go. Go New York, go New York, go.
Thank you for whatever that was, Beast. Oog, I think you're out of luck. Philly Noodle says, Beast, how about our GM Pat Riley moves our New York Knicks? A big one tonight, man. They got to get Ewan going early. Make sure he stays out of foul trouble. If Atlanta tries anything, Oakley will be there to knock some sons of guns out, right, Beast?
Pat Riley was a great basketball coach. He's a smart man. But say, go New York, go New York, go. Go New York, go New York, go.
NYC, Cash Money Mike says, Chef Kev should do a cooking lesson with Asmaniacs. We need all the content we could get when we get to June and July this year, so I'm in. NY in Atlanta has gifted a membership. He is in the raffle for 1.
Yeah.
Kyle Clifton says, can't compare with culinary prowess, so visit the Cloverleaf Tavern at 395 Bloomfield Ave in Caldwell, New Jersey. Well done, Kyle. Chef Kevin's the man, though. For those who are in the Jersey area, he is phenomenal. We did our Asmaniac training camp meetup after the Green and White scrimmage we all went to. We went to Chef Kevin's restaurant. They hosted us in a private room. Just an incredible day, so Cloverleaf Tavern is awesome. Check it out if you're in the area, for sure. Let's see. Hansel says you kill it on the radio. Thank you, Hansel. I appreciate the kind words. I want to make sure I didn't miss anyone's super chat. I believe we are caught up. Let's say hello to a man who's radicalized many in the chat. He wants Jeremiah Love more than anyone wants anything. Ladies and gentlemen, the guy who's helping put together our epic draft party, Lou B, joins us now. Hello, Lou.
Jake, I have just seen new limits of Asmaniac Menace. Chef Kevin is a dangerous man. He is just taking credit for saving little Joey's life. There is no fucking limits to Chef. Everyone, you have been put on notice. This guy has just taken credit with a straight face. And I was like, wait, did he send him to like a veterinarian or something? Did he send him medication? Did he get him the new cage? That was very nice. And then he's like, told him to open the window. Oh my God. But Jake, I have to call today about Asmaniac Menace. And Kyle is one of my favorite callers. On this show, you have the characters and you have people that are dead serious. Like everyone's joking around in Kyle Street making takes, right? And I love Kyle's insight. I'm a fan. I don't know shit about football. I just know how to go to the games and love my team. So I listen to Kyle Clifton. And Kyle hung out with him on Saturday, and I love him. But I gave my word to Chef Kev in the beginning of this that if he supported me, I would vote for him. So I will give my 1 vote because I do not cheat. And I know Kyle comes from where I do. So when you give your word, you can't break it no matter what, right or wrong. So today I vote for Chef Kev, who is a true passionate fan. There's no question. I've sat in shitty weather he actually cooked underneath a garbage bag of rain while he was cooking for all the different people at the tailgate. So he's a hardcore fan. And also there's no question that Kyle is a student of the game, an incredible man. Hung out with him this Saturday, but I have to give my 1 vote to Chef Kev because I gave my word, Jake. Other than that, I'm ready for the fucking draft.
Strong. I thought you were going to go with Kyle because you guys were at the Badlands meetup. I was hanging out with both
Kyle.
you guys.
If I didn't give my word to Chef Kev, I would pick Kyle as the winner of this tournament. He is absolutely probably the best caller on the show as far as football and whatnot, right? The funniest caller is obviously the Dream. That is, to me, is nobody like the Dream. Nobody.
The Dream's great because he only could call in on like Fridays and Saturdays when he's not working because he drives a truck for a living. Imagine that guy having to drive a truck.
Do you know what type of truck he drives?
It's like the heavy duty, like, right?
No, a propane truck. I'm like, you drive a propane truck, so if something happens, you kill the whole fucking highway? That's like crazy that the Dream drives a propane truck. I was like, no. But anyway.
Oh,
He's my favorite.
what look like a retard to you or something?
Propane truck. It's fucking crazy. But I'm ready for the draft.
Yeah, tell people about the draft party who are coming. What do we got planned here?
All right. So on Wednesday night, me and Jake were doing a little bit of a steak dinner. That's a little, and then we have Paulie D actually at McFadden. So if you're in town and you guys want to come to McFadden's on Wednesday night, we have Paulie D DJing. That's what I do for a living, is put this stuff together. And then on Thursday at 12 o'clock, Jake's going to have his show live from McFadden's.
Yep, we'll
It's
be live
literally
during the
across
day.
the street from the draft. So there's going to be over 300,000 people in the streets there. We have all these different Jet festivities, and I brought Jet flags and everything. I'm going to let them know that we're in town when we get there. We will be representing the green and white. I promise you that. And that's it. We're going to do the draft. We're going to run over to the draft. And I think at the end, Jake, you're going to do another show, and everyone will run back there. You sign up to the RSVP on Jake's RSVP, and you get in for free. The draft is for free. You have to go to One Pass on NFL and just sign up there. You know, it's unlimited for that draft. There's so many people that are going there, and that's it. McFadden's is a great place. The owners are Jet fans. The owner's really from New York, a good old Irishman, and he owns McFadden's in Pittsburgh.
It's going to be epic. We're going to have a blast. I'll be live during the day. We got Richie from Jets Media stopping by. We got Boy Green stopping by. And I don't want to promise, but I've reached out to Mike Tannenbaum and Chris Carlin, and they might be stopping by the draft party as well because they're doing ESPN's draft coverage on the radio. So, Jet fans, you can take a picture with Mike T, or you can boom in person for Aaron Glenn.
I'll bring security to protect Mike T.
You might need security if I get Mike to show up.
From me.
That's a good point.
But yeah, it's gonna be great. And then I'm lucky enough to be chosen for the inner circle. So Jet fans know that I'm in that circle representing the Asmaniacs.
How many people are in the inner circle? So there's 25 of you nut Jet fans in that pit?
Yeah.
That's great.
It's me, Hulk Hands, Juicy Jet. BG is going. We're trying to smuggle Johnny Boy in. We're having a rough time.
How does it work? Like, do you have to be there at a certain time for it?
Yeah. So actually it says at 6 o'clock you need to be online, but it says first come, first serve, for there's only 14 seats in that pit. So we're, if you're looking out from the stage, we're to the left.
You're going to be on TV when the Jets make their pick. They're going to pan to the Jet fans in the pit. It's going to be you.
I'm going to wait and see my shit. I ordered all sorts of stuff, the most embarrassing stuff ever I'm going to be wearing. I could get beat up in my neighborhood if I ever was seen dressed like this. But yeah, that's it. So it's 25 fans, and I'll be there day 1 and day 2. And day 3, I think it's more open because I don't think a lot of people go to day 3, obviously. And that's it. We're gonna have a great time. I just can't wait. I hope everyone just decides to go. Just get.
You're doing day 2. I didn't realize that.
I'm doing day 2 as well. Yeah,
maybe I change my flight. Maybe I change my flight. We might have to stick.
All you gotta do is let me know, Jake, and that's we'll set that up quick. And that's it. We're gonna have a great. Please, guys, if you're out there, if you're in the Northeast, just get in the car and just drive. Park like 25 minutes out. Make your way. Jump on a train, a bus, and just get to the party. That's it. Come to the draft. And we pick some great players.
Let's go. Jeremiah love it too, Lou. You manifested. You know you need it.
Jake, you know, if Jeremiah I will come on this chat. Everyone will be doing. If they ever pick Lovett too, I would be relentless on this chat. You'd never hear the end of me.
He better be the best running back ever if they take him at 2.
He is, Jake, and unfortunately, I think he's going to lead someone else to the playoffs this year. And I don't think he's going to be a Jet. But I think we're going to regret him not being a Jet. Last year, Jackson Dart was my pick. I screamed about it. Everyone was like, nah, he's going late. And now Jackson Dart is a pretty good quarterback.
Lou, I will see you in 4 days. Can't wait.
That's right. Oh, I can't fucking wait. JETS, 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 Jets.
No, thank you.
Jets, 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 Jets. Let's go.
Yeah, I was listening to Lou last night on with Snowball and Johnny Boy. Was it Danger Zone? I don't know. There were a bunch of Jet shows last night. Lou was on one of them talking about my show, like trying to describe it to someone who wasn't familiar with other characters. It was just hysterical. Let's see. Super chats here. Sam says Muji gets credit for Membu. Maybe he would be smart enough to pick Reese. I look, I don't think David Bailey would be a bad pick necessarily. I think Reese is the smarter pick for where the Jets are at as a team, though. That's just my feeling on it. I think Reese, his upside is a lot higher. Again, for those saying he doesn't rush the quarterback, he does. He just wasn't asked to do it as much. And by the end of the season, he was double teamed 11 times over the last 2 games on pass rush snaps. So he had 97 pass rush snapped. He was double teamed on 41 of them. Why? If he doesn't know how to rush the passer, why would other teams double team him? Including 11 times the final 2 games. That's including the playoff games. So ask yourself that. If he can't rush the passer, why did teams facing Ohio State feel they needed to double team him? Now imagine him with real coaching working on that. Comments, questions, super chats will cut the line. Enter the raffle. Last chance today to get in for the Revis football, Wilson helmet, Wayne Corbett football. When you enter, you're in the raffle for next week. It's a 2-for-1 special. Raffle 70 top prizes already include Revis sign helmet, Mangold sign helmet, Name It sign helmet. I could tell you another prize. I didn't have time to add it to the montage. I purchased a Mason Taylor signed Jets helmet. So Mason Taylor, if he takes off, breaks out in year 2, that helmet will be worth a lot more than what I paid for it. So it's an investment should you win the Mason Taylor signed helmet. Let's get to more of your calls here. Amanda Madison is on the line. Hello, Amanda.
Jake, my brother. How's it going?
What's up?
Not much. I'm calling in to say that I respect Chef Kevin's grind so much. He clearly is expending all the effort. He's a high achiever, and that's a group that I am proud to support. However, as you can see right now, I am very much outside, and so I'm endorsing the great Kyle Clifton. I met him this past weekend at the Badlands draft party for the 2nd time, and he's such a nice guy. I'm pretty sure he's a girl dad. And I love his takes. They're way better than mine. So if you love the Jake Asman show and you love Kyle, he's got my endorsement.
Wow. Strong endorsement. Well done, Amanda. Ladies and gentlemen.
Have a good one.
Amanda Madison.
Asmaniac Madness is underway. Make sure you vote to make your voice heard.
Good call from Amanda there. We appreciate the mic quality. We've come a long way. More of your calls right now. Let's say hello to the one, the only, Purple Belt Mike, who yesterday in a hard-fought battle defeated Peg and Artie to advance to the Elite Eight against Charles Gorman.
Purple Belt Mike, he loves the Dark Knight. He's got a green pool and he jumps right in. Maybe someday he'll get a brown belt, but for now he's just that Purple Belt Mike. Purple Belt Mike, he might be purple, but he can still kick your dirty ass.
Oh, fuck.
Just want to shout out everybody who voted for me, even if you didn't. I still can't believe that I pulled the comeback. I don't even get how that works, to be honest. I think that there is some kind of bots because you have like 300 people watching and you have over 500 votes.
People don't seem to understand that a lot of people just pop in and watch part of the show. Maybe
But
they
how
come
could
back.
you only pop in, vote, and walk away?
That happens all the time. I've done
But
that.
how can you do that, though?
What do you
You
mean?
have to watch this.
I watch as much Jet content as anyone. If someone has a poll going when I happen to join their show, I'll vote and I might not stick around for the conclusion of the show. We all
but
do
your
that.
show is the best of the Jet shows. Everyone has to watch this show live and then
Thank
watch
you.
the other show recorded.
Thank you. But I don't think people watch all 2 hours at a time. Like I'm live for 4 hours a day. People maybe were like, I'll vote and I'll come back or I'll catch up on it. Like my average listener, Mike, watches for 23 minutes.
How do you know that? Do you have
Because YouTube
statistics?
tells me. I have stats. Yeah.
Oh, all right. So then I stand corrected. All right, so maybe it was just.
Think about you with the radio. Do you listen to all 4 hours every day of DNR?
I have it on when I'm at work, and even like your morning show, I have it on when I'm at work, but I don't. I'm not like constantly listening because I'm working, so I have it on in the background mostly.
You're a P1, listener. But my point is, like, a lot of people just have like stuff on or they flip around. That's how it goes.
Gotcha. All right, well, that's cool. But I wanted to thank everybody. I love PNA. I did my shot of Eagle Rare afterwards because I know that me and PNA said that we're going to take our shots. But if PNA's on, we could do it later.
Let's take a look at the Elite Eight preview here. Hold on, let's pull up the graphic. Your thoughts on having to go up against Charles Gorman, a man that you helped when he was catfished live on the air a year ago.
Look, I love Charles. I want Charles to win the whole thing. I do. That being said, I do want to win myself, but if it's not going to be me, I do want Charles to win the whole thing. So I love Charles, man. It'd be good for him. It'd be good for him. So, let everyone vote the way that they want to vote. Either way, I can win. Either way, I win. Because if whether I lose, that means Charles wins, and I love Charles. Charles, the kindest-hearted man, really is a good kid.
Do you know what you're up against, though? Like, Charles Gorman is capable of anything. You got to be prepared.
Gorman? Oh, man. I don't know what he's going to do, but I got something for him.
I mean, look, this is
I
a
got
man
something
who...
scheduled. I got something scheduled.
Look what this man did to win the other day.
No, thank you.
Jets. Let's go.
Let's just say I have a collaboration scheduled with another Asmaniac.
Whoa.
I'll leave it at that.
This, by the way, was Charles Gorman yesterday at a Somerset Patriots game, it appears, repping the Asmaniac fanny pack, sandals, and looking as ridiculous as one can look. It was incredible.
I mean, he is just spitting sex appeal. I mean, look at that.
It's a handsome man right there.
It's a handsome man. I'm surprised he didn't take his hat off. He got a nice new haircut, too. His hair's looking good.
That's right.
Yeah. So.
Well, Mike, good luck against Gorman. You're going to need it.
I'm going to need it. Oh, yeah.
Asmaniac Madness is underway. Make sure you vote to make your voice heard.
That is a great battle. Here's the full Elite Eight schedule. I got all the graphics in one spot now. We got Chef Kevin right now trying to pull off the upset against Kyle. It's 56-44. Kevin leading Kyle, so make sure you vote. Could Kevin get to the Final Four? That would bust a lot of people's brackets. I know Kyle was the most picked Asmaniac to win the whole thing in the pool. We have Leany and the big fella. That will be on Monday. Tuesday, Gary and Bonesy. Wednesday, the aforementioned PBM and Gorman showdown. Tournament will be paused for draft weekend. We will resume the Final Four Tuesday and Wednesday of the following week. Championship the following Friday. So it's coming down, baby. More of your calls right now on our show. Ladies and gentlemen, on the Gusbuster Umbrella hotline right now is the one, the only, Mike D's Nuts.
Hey, thank you, Mike D's Nuts, for another gifted membership. Hey.
Jake, what's up? Can you hear me?
D's Nuts, what's up?
What's going on, brother?
How are you?
I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well. I'm finally getting back to my old self, man.
You look good.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I don't really have anything with the draft. I just want it to be fucking over. Sorry for the language. I'm over it, man. I really am.
What about Ty Simpson? You want to hear more about him?
Yeah. If I hear Ty Simpson one more time, I'm going to smash my phone. I just want to say something about the two competitors today. I love Kyle. Kyle's a great guy. He's an awesome caller. I love listening to him to learn something every time I listen to him. But I met Chef last year at the Green and White, and we messaged back and forth a few times. But ever since I met him, man, he's been like a true friend. Like when I was going through all my health stuff, him and a couple other people were texting me every day. But Chef was just every day like texting me, motivating me, like, you're going to get better, we got you in my prayers. So to me, he just embodies what being an Asmaniac is, because he made it more about being a friend than anything else outside of football. So he's just a great, one of a kind, classy guy, and I got nothing but love for him. And if there's anybody that Chef is going against, you're not getting my vote. Chef's getting my vote. So I'm just sorry to say that.
Strong.
That's it. Like, Chef is gonna get my vote no matter who it is. He's just a great guy, and I hope he knows it, and I love him. That's all I really got to say.
I love it. Rick Kent just sent to the super chat. Mike D's calling from the boonies.
I'm in the Rick. I'm on my roof, man. I got to get cell connection up here.
That's epic. I love it.
All right, man. You have a good one. All right.
You too, Mike. I appreciate you.
Vote for Chef. JETS. Chef.
Ladies and gentlemen, the great Mike D's Nuts. Check it in. Let's go.
These nuts.
Let's keep it rolling with your calls right now. A lot of you want in on the conversation. I do want to hit the super chat from Sam, who says, any well-rounded OC will paint red on Bailey and chip him all day. Bailey's a one-trick pony. Arvell Army, baby. I think Bailey's a little better than you describe him, Sam. But I'm with you on Reese. I would take him. And I think Glenn would want Reese. Otherwise, he's not who he says he is. Like calling's my superpower. Then take a guy who could do everything for your defense. One week you might need him to spy Josh Allen. The other week you might say, hey, with this offensive line that we're playing, they stink. We're going to line you up everywhere. You're going to go after the quarterback. You know, we're going to play you in these set of packages here. We're going to use you in coverage. Like, you could do everything with him. Type in Micah Parson, rookie year highlights. Look how the Cowboys deployed him. More of your calls right now. Ladies and gentlemen, on the Gusbuster Umbrella Hotline is a pair of people who had a spectacular performance in the Asmaniac Madness tournament. Get ready, because it's time to party.
You want to go do some role playing?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, dickwad!
It's time to party. We're gonna party. Jets fans will party with Peg and Artie.
Hey, Pegs. Nobody gives a shit that you all stink. Listen, bitch, pay your fucking taxes, man.
This really wasn't what I expected.
Eat a bag of dicks.
It's time to party with Peg and Artie. We're gonna party with Peg and Artie.
Jake, those goddamn bots. Hey, man, we had a great time. Hey, I do want to take a second and thank the committee who does endless hours of work before this thing just to get it going. You know, I know you have a lot of people in the circle that help with this, and I want to thank them all for letting us be a little participation with this. And, you know, we had a great time. It was a lot of fun. Purple Belt Mike and Purple Belt Wife are two outstanding people, well deserving to win. And like I said, when we met him in person, he spent time with us. And, I mean, he made sure we were good in the city. He made sure we got where we had to go. He was a super nice guy. And besides all the other people he helped. So, believe me, we don't feel bad that we lost. We had a great run, and we had a lot of fun. So,
yeah, if we had to lose to somebody, I'm glad it was Purple Belt Mike.
Absolutely.
I really am.
Is he still on, Jake? I think he wanted to have a shot with us.
He is not still on, but if he calls in, I'll make sure I put you guys on together to rip the shot.
Well, we're going to rip a shot anyway.
Why not? It's Saturday, baby. Let's go.
That's it. And we wanted to celebrate the great Asmaniacs. You guys are all wonderful, and thanks for letting us participate, man. We
It was a lot of fun.
Very good.
You guys crushed it. The videos were amazing. I mean, I love the creativity. Peg was amazing with it. It was just so much fun. You guys were great.
She loved being Beast. I mean, she really did.
Who wouldn't want to be Beast? Look at this handsome man.
I went through 3 bottles of Hennessy to get her to put that thing on and act a fool.
I like her quote. Eat a bag of dicks.
That's right.
When I first met Artie, guys he knew wanted to know if I had any sisters because I liked betting on the ponies, I liked sports, and I liked to go fishing. And they were like, "Does she have any sisters?"
Yeah. So yeah, we've been 27 years together, and you know, we've been involved in a lot of crazy shit. So
Yeah.
this was just one thing.
We won a show Love and Marriage one time.
Yeah, Love and Marriage show. We won that, and yeah. So we have a lot of fun with a lot of things. We have a reputation of being real big partiers. We're really not, but you know, we do have a good time with life. So Mike, I'm glad to see you're getting much healthier. You're a pivotal point of me sticking around in this Asmaniac channel. When you used to bang out those super chats, it used to freak me out. And I remember when that guy accused you of being a drug dealer or something, and we blasted him about that too. That was a few years ago, but I remember, man. We all happy that you're doing well.
And thanks to Beast for letting me play Mini Beast.
That's right. Beast is a good guy.
If you need backup, Beast, just let me know.
And like Peg once said, eat a bag of dicks.
That's right. And, a lot of people don't know about Beast, but when you talk to him one-on-one, he's really a good dude. He's a nice guy. He don't ask for nothing. He don't want nothing from you. He just wants some friendship and some conversation, and it's always my pleasure to talk to the Beast.
Hey, with these gold glasses on, I do look like Ed O'Neill, especially going.
Yes, you do, sir.
Peg and Artie, you guys are awesome. Great job.
Hey, guys.
Chevrolet. No, thank you.
Jets. Let's go.
Yeah. Vote. We got a close one right now. Kyle, Clifton, Chef Kevin, 55-45. Kyle is pulled within 5 points of tying this baby up. Make sure you get in on the poll voting and you call in if you want to get your voice heard. About 30 minutes or so left in our program. Let's get to more of your calls. Ralphie's next. Hey, Ralphie.
Hey, how are you, Jake?
What's up, Ralphie?
Nothing much. I just wanted to call in and say that even though Chef Kev is, he's a great guy, and we're down to like the final 8 Asmaniacs, so everybody's great. We love everybody. But I'm going to throw my hat in the ring for Kyle. He's like a consistent caller. He loves the draft. He's basically me in like a 6'4" package, basically. Great head of hair, used to have, and does the best he can with it now. Witty guy, and I think he deserves it. He calls like almost every day, and not boring, not the same stuff that, some guys are great, but they do the same thing every time. So I think he's kind of inventive. And of course, Kev Shev is great, but I just think Kyle Clifton, in terms of knowing the Jets history, knowing the draft. So I'm throwing my hat in the ring for him. And I'll just say this, this whole Asmaniac Madness thing is unbelievable. The way that it fills up 2 months out of the year, that we could just dribble on about, are we picking Bailey or Reese or why Ty Simpson stinks? We could do that for an extra 2 months or all the time. It's really great that you have it. And even though I was one and done, I feel privileged that I was even in it. And I'm shocked that 100 people actually voted for me. And maybe it was only 30 people 3 times each, but I still, I still like it. And I realized if I'm going to go from this vantage point, I got to switch the Revis jersey with the Malachi Moore jersey till he does something a little bit better, because Revis is down over there. And a lot of people in the chat were like, why do you still have Sanchez? But I mean, come on, how could you not? I mean,
I love Mark Sanchez.
I mean, who gets stabbed and arrested at the same time? I mean, that's like, it's infamous. We got it. And I would just say this. I mean, I love Luby is doing that for the Jet fans. And I think of Jet fans like we're like our own fraternity. Like we are like a long-suffering fraternity that you could put any of us together at a tailgate and we immediately bond, and we're like friends for life because we've been through so much. I kind of think of it like when I was growing up as a kid, that's how Boston Red Sox fans were. The Yankees were crushing them in the 70s and the 80s, and they still came to Yankee Stadium and were fighting with the Yankee fans, and even though they were losing in the most excruciating ways. And it's like not the same for them anymore now that they've won like 4 or 5 times. You know what I'm saying? It's like we are long suffering. We're like a fraternity, and this show is sort of like our medicine. So I thank you for that. And I can only hope with this, the madness that we have as Asmaniac Madness, that maybe I'm in the promo at the end where they're tossing up the ball. Maybe I'm in for like a split second since I was.
One shining moment?
Yes, we got to have one shining moment from Gator. And maybe I'm in there for one split second, losing to Robert C. and Tammy C. But maybe just one split second would be great.
I love it.
All right.
Ralphie, great call, man.
Let's go, Kyle. Let's have a comeback. Tush push, baby.
Asmaniac Madness is underway. Make sure you vote to make your voice heard.
Oh, yeah. Well done, Ralphie. That was excellent. Some super chats I want to get caught up on here. This one is from Oog, who says, play Mad Max and Big Cho sound bites in everyone's calls, not just them, even guests. Robbie Sabo had a nice point. Good job.
Good job.
Every once in a while, I will mix in, a Mad Max, good job to someone. Or if someone calls in and is like, can you hear me? If I have it up, I could go.
Can you hear me?
So, Oog, I appreciate your super chat here. Let's see. Oog got another one. Clifton is outside and out of the tourney. Good job. Wow, Oog. Going after Kyle.
Good job.
Kyle can make a comeback, though, Oog. It's not over yet. It's 55-45. 410 votes have been cast. Right now, there's 313 people watching the show live. If you want in, make sure you call. Again, raffle at the end of the show for 3 signed Jets items. You can enter the show and have a chance to win Corvette football, Wilson helmet, Revis football. And then you're entered in the raffle for next week, 2-for-1 special. Namath sign helmet, Mangled sign helmet, Revis sign helmet. We've had 7 gifted memberships during the show so far. Gift, if you want an easy way to enter, hit the join button and become a channel member, and you'll be entered in the raffle for one by doing exactly that. Let's get to our sponsor today. I promised a Knicks-related prize pick lineup card, and guess what? I put together a Knicks-related prize pick lineup card. It also involves the Yankees. I did want to show last night. I was very confident with my pick. I told you guys that the numbers backed it up. Aaron Judge hits terrible off Waka. He probably will strike out at least once. He did. Carter Jensen strikes out a ton for the Royals. He struck out twice. So this was an easy $10 into $16. And now we're doing a little 2-sport combination today. Stanton has really struggled offensively the last couple of days. How do I know this? Well, PrizePicks has a feature, as you'll see on the screen, where it's very easy to pull up numbers for all the guys that you're considering using them in a PrizePick lineup card. So I'm doing hitter strikeouts for Giancarlo Stanton. You'll see right here, I already have it highlighted. It's 0.5. So if he strikes out once, you hit. Look at his recent games. 3 last night. Didn't strike out on the 16th, but against on the 15th 3 times, 14th 3 times, 13th twice. He just needs to strike out once. I'm playing the odds. He's averaged 2.2 strikeouts over his last 5. So I think he'll strike out at least once. And a Knicks-related one I thought of. I think Atlanta might try and do the old hack-a-Mitch strategy at some point in this game. So I think Mitchell Robinson's going to get to the free throw line at least 2 total times, have 2 free throw attempts. It's set at 1.5. So you can see Mitchell Robinson has averaged at least 2 free throws over his last 5 games. 2, didn't have any against the Hawks the last time, but I'm going to ignore that. Had 4 attempts against Chicago, 2 against Houston, 2 against OKC. I think he gets to the line and attempts at least 2 free throws. So not a ton of money I'm putting on this. I just wanted to show you guys you can mix and match different sports on PrizePicks. So I got Mitchell Robinson going over his free throw attempts at 1.5 and going over on hitter case for Stanton in the Yankees-Royals game that starts in about 50 minutes. But you could do any sport you want. Mets, I know they can't hit. They keep losing. They've lost 9 in a row. So you could pick against Mets players if you so choose. That might be a prudent strategy right now. Whatever you want to wager with, whatever you want to put together in your PrizePick lineup, they got NHL, MLB, tennis, PGA Tour, MMA, you name it. They'll have draft stuff coming up. We'll get into that next week. So check it out. Use that code HMA. Follow me on my PrizePicks feed at Jake Asman. Shout out to PrizePicks for sponsoring our show. All right, here we go. Comments, questions, super chats. They cut the line. Ladies and gentlemen, more of your outstanding calls right now. Let's say hello on the Gusbuster Umbrella Hotline to Papa Jet. Hit it.
Holy shit, look at that beard! He has a beard, he's the man. Ain't no Santa Claus. Papa Jet loves the Jets. He's one handsome son of a bitch. It's Papa Jet.
Hello, Jake. How you doing?
Hello, Papa.
Hey, I did have a question a couple of days ago, but it was kind of running late. But I think you answered it yesterday, but I'll ask it anyways. If we do trade up, say to 6, 7, 8, wherever, and I don't have a problem doing that, and if Tate and Styles is there, I think you said yesterday you're taking Tate, right?
If Tate and Styles are there and the Jets could trade up, I would trade up for the receiver, not the linebacker.
Okay. To me, it's a tough call, but I think you're better off with Tate because I think the receiver drop-off is more like when you start getting into the second round compared to the linebackers. So I agree with you, but it wouldn't be just run up the card. I'd have to think about it. You know,
Look, Styles is awesome.
yeah.
I don't want to trade that much for a linebacker, and he's going to be really good. I don't dispute that. I just think the Jets are at a point right now where it needs to be about offense. Like they have the worst offense in the league every year. Like the only way you change that is to actually do something about it, like investing premium capital and getting playmakers.
Yeah. And then as far as this tournament goes, Jake, what I noticed is the Addy crew, Bobby crew, that crew, they've been players in this tournament. And they're not in it, but they've been active and they've been voting, you know. So I think, you know, if you're on the
I need y'all to make 50 fake accounts, 50 burner accounts. They're not fake, they're real accounts, they're just burner accounts. And then go vote for me from all 50 accounts.
Well, I didn't go there with the burners. But anyways, they've been players, you know, and if you're not on their side, they're voting, that's a tall task. Like, who's Purple Belt Mike going against? Charles
Gorman.
And that's my guess would be the Addy Bobby crew would be on Charles. So for Purple Belt Mike, not only has he got to beat Charles, he's got to beat that crew, you know. That's a tall task. And I'm not knocking down that crew. I'm just saying they're players in this tournament, you know. And,
they've mobilized around Gary. You know, that's their king, their leader.
Yeah, I know. And then lastly, Jake, yesterday with Peg and Artie, their two videos, when Peg bent over and said to read the ingredients on my ass, I actually blew out my chew on my monitors. I laughed so hard.
Wow.
So great job to them. And I asked Artie in the chat, I said, you should do a monthly skit, you know? And then I think it was like The Simpsons. Wasn't it The Simpsons where they had the Itchy and Scratchy show or something? It'd be a quick little video that Bart would watch.
Yep.
So Peg and Artie could be your Itchy and Scratchy once a month, you know?
I love it. They're great. I mean, those videos are incredible. And it led to the intro that Gator put together, which I think is like the catchiest tune. It's awesome.
I mean, their videos were just so funny, man. They're good at it, and they probably don't even know it. But I would like to see a Peg and Artie / Itchy Scratchy skit once a month. But that's all I got, Jake. But hey, everything's been tournament's been great, and just don't take it too serious, guys. We can still be friends after all this. I know there's been some heated rivalries born that I didn't think would be born. So, but me and Leanie still, I think, love each other. So that's all I care about. So,
ladies and gentlemen, Papa Jet.
That you won, Gary. I created like 3 accounts today. I already had 4, so I was like 7.
Yo,
and it almost wasn't enough. So I'm glad.
Every vote, man. Every vote. I needed every vote. I appreciate y'all. Really.
I'm fascinated by the Gary versus Bonesy battle. Can the defending champ defend against the burners that are being created? Can Bonesy repeat as a champion? Last year, these two met in the Final Four. This year, they meet in the regional final, the Elite Eight of the Extraordinary Region. All right, more of your calls here. We do got to get to the raffle at the end of the show. So if you're on hold, you're guaranteed to get on. Just stay with me. Eddie Ray is up next. What's up, Eddie? Eddie? Edward? Eddie?
can you hear me?
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Good job.
Hello?
Eddie? Let me bring on my tech guy. He'll get to the bottom of this.
We can't hear you. We can't hear you. We can't hear you talk. Restart. Restart everything. Go to your thing. Go to your thing. Just cut the commercial. Go. Just cut this up. Cut No, this up. thank What's you. up to that? Fine. Go to a commercial. He's frozen.
You guys laugh. It's not funny.
This is regurgitating.
Those are two fairly young men.
You want to see what a real man looks like?
They don't care. They think it's funny that they're sickly and ill.
This ain't no bullshit.
Beast and Gorman look great.
Yeah, they're both physical specimens.
Destructive but constructive.
That's extraordinary. Yeah.
272 pounds, muscle and might.
I'm all thrown off here. I'm all flustered here. Can I get to my jet point?
Yeah, you could try.
Oh yeah.
If you don't fuck off, I don't know what else will. Have a good day.
How's that for a commercial, Beast? More of your calls right now. AA Ron is on the line. Hey, Ron. Hey, Ron, unmute your mic. Mic button, just tap it. It should unmute. Ron?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, what's up, Jake? How you doing, man?
Hey, Ron, how are you?
I'm doing good, man. I love your show. I just want to come on here and say I love your show. I've been watching you since you came onto the scene. I'm first-time caller, so.
Oh, welcome aboard, Ron. How long have you been watching?
Oh man, since the beginning of time, man. Especially there's one time when you had I think it was B-Mac. He was like fooling with B-Mac, and you had him thinking Dave Brigger was just calling him out. I thought that was one of my favorite ones. That was a pretty funny one. But yeah, I'm a longtime Jets fan. I love the Jets. I can't wait for the draft to come up. I sent a Snapchat yesterday. I was like, when are you gonna come to LA?
That was
yeah. Yeah, that was me. So yeah, I live out in LA. I'm in New York sometimes, but I'm mostly out here in LA.
That's awesome, man. Well, I'll tell you what, if the schedule aligns, there's definitely a possibility we do that for the meetup game. We'll just see, what the dates are for everything.
Okay, yeah, that's dope, man. And this tournament is really good, man. I love the tournament too. It's been really entertaining.
Well, I appreciate that, Rod. You got to call more, man. Great first call. I put you in our raffle for 2. All right.
I appreciate you.
You got
All
it,
right,
Ron.
Jake.
Appreciate you calling in. AA Ron, first time caller. Love that. Shout out to you. More of your calls right now. There's a man on the line who's too cool.
Adam is cool, although kind of basic. He claims he's too cool, though often quite basic. He makes great jet points, looks a little basic. Adam is cool, too cool, but basic. Some would say generic.
No, I'm just kidding. My mic's on. How's it going, dude?
What's up, Adam?
Hey, all right. I got 2 quick points. The first point is I think that you go with Reese because in the weird chance like someone like Bain is available at 16, I know you want to focus on the offense. I think in a deep wide receiver draft, you got some choices in the second round, even though it's a curse. I feel like that clip from The Simpsons with the good news and the bad news. But I think that because you have a lot of depth in what you can get out of wide receiver, I think that if you pick Reese, then you could pick 2 players that could actually play on the field at the same time. And I think that flexibility tips the scales in favor of Reese over Bailey. So that's my first point.
Yeah, that's fair. I think Reese is a better football player. Howie Roseman said the other day, the Eagles draft for the players that they think is the best after their 3rd year. That's the right way to draft.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna drop my shirt down. Maybe we'll get him if we're lucky. So I got to pray for this, right? So
anyway. You need him to be arrested or something,
or make the Raiders blink. I have no idea. Anyway, enough of that. In terms of Asmaniac Madness commentary, I think this is a big moment for Gary. 3D boxing is Gary an OG because the OGs are winning this tournament left and right, whether you're an awesome caller, a repeat caller, you make great jet points, or if you're a crazy maniac, if you're not an OG, you're not getting the votes. So this is really Gary's graduation day. I put my cards on Bonesy to win because I just think the way that the voters are behaving indicates that the true OGs of the Asmaniac community rise to the top. And it's going to be an incredible Final Four when it's all said and done. Looking forward to it. Great job, everybody.
Adam, great call. I mean, the 8 people that are left, they're all great. Like, you don't make it this far if you're not. Honestly, anyone who makes the tournament, like, think about it. You got to call enough times over the course of a year to a show about the Jets when the Jets are the longest playoff drought in sports. Like, everyone's great who's a part of this thing. Even if you can't call and you just watch or however you support, I appreciate everyone. But if you're one of the 8 left on a show that's about to have 45,000 subscribers to it, you're doing something right. Shameless plug. Can we get the 45K by the end of today? I'm 5 away. 4 away now. I just checked. All right. 4 people. Make some burner accounts. Let's go. Let's get the 45K. Yeah. A big shout out to everyone. But again, we have 8 great people left. It's not going to be easy. It is not going to be easy. Comments, questions, super chats, cut the line. We'll go a little longer today. Got about 10 minutes left, but got a couple more calls still to do. I have the raffle, and we'll close out voting. Right now, Chef Kevin in control, though. 54-46. He is still holding on with the lead. This one is from Peg and Artie. We could do a monthly skit if you're okay with it, Jake. Thanks for the kind words, Papa Jet. It's all Artie. He's the director. Peg, yes. Of course I'm okay if you guys put together a monthly skit. Anytime Peg could be beast, we're all about it. Just a comedy gold. Chef Kevin checking in. I appreciate all the support. Let's all go to the Final Four. Kyle's a great competitor. I have nothing but respect for him. Let's go, Jets. Yeah, this is a tough one, man. I mean, Kevin's awesome. I've met him many times. I've met Kyle many times. Two greats.
Asmaniac Madness is underway. Make sure you vote to make your voice heard.
Comments, questions. You guys know the drill. Your super chats. We'll cut the line. Join the Patreon, man. If you're a regular listener of the show, I'm telling you, for just $6 a month, it's even cheaper if you sign up for the year. You get all the perks, your name in the intro, access to the Discord, all that. Ladies and gentlemen, Anthony Lozerano says, take yourself out of that hole. Anthony, someone already bailed me out earlier, but you're the man. 10 raffle entries for our friend Anthony Lozerano.
The Jet fans getting a little crazy.
Big win for the Yanks last night, Anthony. How about Ryan McMahon? Yankee legend now. Ryan McMahon covered it off the bench. Hitting a game-winning home run for the Yanks. Shout out to you, Anthony. I appreciate you. He's in our raffle coming up for 10. Hit the Jet chant for Anthony, man. Let's go. JETS. One more. Let's get to more of your calls right now, ladies and gentlemen. Man with a Jets tattoo. Our friend Carl has called in 2 days in a row. Carl, you're back.
I just wanted to let you know I'm watching your show, and I have voted in Asmaniac Madness.
Yes. Who'd you vote for?
I voted for Chef Kevin.
Strong. How
because
come?
I feel now that Chef Kevin and I have a special relationship.
Are you going to share what that relationship is?
Well, it was on the Boy Green show. There was a little disagreement about, I feel that I make sarcastic comments, not in a mean way, just I'm a sarcastic person. It's, not joking or anything like that. I'm just sarcastic. Some people take me seriously. Some people realize that I'm just being sarcastic. And anyway, so we had a long conversation, and I think we're good now.
Well, I'm glad you guys are great. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, and I'm in my garage, and I'm doing some work on my wife's surprise birthday present. And there's nothing like sitting here doing a little garage stuff and listening to Jake Asman.
That's what they say. I have heard that.
Yes.
Well, Carl, I'm glad you're calling again, man. We missed you.
Oh, yeah. I told you, Jake, it's not that I didn't listen. It's just that I listened sporadically. And, now I'm really sorry I didn't try harder in the Asmaniac Madness.
I think you could have gone far, Carl. I forget what
I'm
stage you were.
I'm gonna wait till next year, and I'm gonna be in it.
I think you will definitely be in it, man. You're a regular part of the show.
Well, thanks a lot, Jake. I appreciate it.
Carl, you have a great day.
Like I always said, Jake, you're like a son to me.
Let's go Jets, Carl. I love it.
Asmaniac Madness is underway. Make sure you vote to make your voice heard.
Comments, questions, super chats. They cut the line. We are 2 subscribers away from 45,000, according to YouTube. Who wants to be a hero?
No, thank you.
Yes. Let's go.
Yeah. Let's see. Did I miss any super chats? I don't think I did. I'm still counting raffle names here. We're going to put everyone in the raffle for the items that are our weekly prize. That is, again, for those just tuning in, a Revis football, Wilson helmet, and a Corbett ball. Of course, all signed by these guys. Let's see. I think we are caught up. Excellent. All right. I did want to get an update from Beast on the freezer situation, though. Let me find out what the deal is with that right now.
We can't hear you. Restart. Go to commercial.
What's the deal with the freezer?
Wait, it's a due process of slowness. It's in due process right now.
It's still not working.
It's taking its slow time. It's really slow. Thank you.
Thank you.
Do I have to do it? Does anybody need M Bison right now? I say go. Anyone who don't is pan my master pan will.
You guys laugh. It's not funny.
This is regurgitating.
Those are 2 fairly young men.
You want to see what a real man looks like?
They don't care. They think it's funny that they're sickly and ill.
This ain't no bullshit.
Beast and Gorman look great.
Yeah, they're both physical specimens.
Destructive but constructive.
That's extraordinary. Yeah.
272 pounds, muscle and might.
I'm all thrown off here. I'm all flustered here. Can I get to my jet point?
Yeah, you could try.
Oh yeah.
If you don't fuck off, I don't know what else will. Have a good day.
What a show. What a show. Comments, questions, super chats, cut the line. Last chance to get in. Last chance to vote. 54-46. Chef Kevin leading Kyle Clifton. Chef Kevin on the precipice of a big upset. The number 1 overall seed in the tournament. Can Kevin knock off Kyle and cut down the nets? Become the first Asmaniac to reach the Asmaniac Final Four. You're looking at the bracket. Inside, outside, top left. Leany and Big Fella. Bottom left. That's Dangerous Alliance. That's Monday. Tuesday, Gary and Bonesy. Top right. Bottom right, Gorman, PBM. Final Four will be set by Wednesday afternoon. We pause the tournament for draft weekend. We're back at it the following Tuesday. And it's all on the line. All right, here we go. I'm counting raffle names. I pretty much have them all done. So we're going to do the weekly raffle and then declare a winner for the Asmaniac Madness Final Four. Before we do any of that, though, I just need a little more time. So we will be right back after these short words. Sit back and enjoy something we call greatness personified.
Look at those burgers, big fella.
Are you grilling in your attic?
Yeah, I'm grilling. I got this right now.
Are you sure you should be cooking in the attic?
I did it 20 years ago for a party.
20 years ago.
Yo, Beast, please, man. Are you using propane inside?
It's one of my inside grills. Got some steaks right here. We're gonna.
Don't forget to season your meat.
I'm carrying this with me too.
Let me see your grill, man. What does the grill look like? Is there flames?
It's a Maverick.
Wait, is that flames? You got the window open, right?
All you gotta do is use your head, not your asshole. Ding ding. If you want some spices, come get the bullshit.
You have smoke detectors in the house, in the attic?
Already under control.
Look at that chin.
I might have the Jay Leno chin, but I'm the sexiest thing in the world.
I will check back in with Beast after he burns down his attic. Oh boy, Beast's place is on fire. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's all bullshit. Whoever made that is a goddamn moron.
Beast, is this you with meat sweats?
Are you that stupid? Really?
Get out!
I got enough problems to worry about having to put lidocaine patches on because I'm screaming and yelling. Look at this. Art imitates life.
This is something.
Duh.
Gator has received beast mail saying, "You hungry for burger or steak?"
Take a look at both. Fantastic. Use your head, not your ass.
I'm confused. Is he cooking in his attic?
Global Studio headquarters.
That's like 6 pounds of meat, dude. You can't be eating all that.
I'm going to take the fat off.
Here's the chat summary. Viewers in the chat are saying they are entertained by the streamer cooking a large amount of food, including burgers and steak inside a bedroom. Just another day on a Jet YouTube show.
I got gas right now.
Hey, I never thought in a million years that when we sent Beast those spices, that he was going to cook in his attic with it. We were sweating. We were thinking there's definitely going to be a fire of some kind. I should have known Beast is a professional global enforcer, and he had everything under control.
Take a look at these. Look at the seasoning. Look at that right there. What does everybody... Can I say something here, please?
Oh, my. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Hey, thank you to the Asmaniacs. 45,000 subscribers. We have done it. 45K. Let's go. I knew we'd get there. I never let go of that rope.
Just don't let go of the rope.
No way. I would never. Let's go. We hit it. 45K. The best listeners in sports. Let's go, Jets.
Let's go, Jets! Let's go, Jets! Let's go, Jets! Let's go, Jets!
You guys are the best. Couldn't do it without you. If this team is ever good, I can't imagine how many more people we'd bring in to this community that would be discovering the show. Until then, though, what we have is all we need. Let's go, baby. All right, let's do the raffle. Everyone who entered during this show has qualified for it. This is the weekly raffle. And then, of course, we will have everyone who qualified this show or entered this show, I should say. You're already in next week's Asmaniac raffle for all the signed prizes we're going to have for draft weekend. I'm probably going to get up to 6, maybe even 7 weekly raffle prizes because we're going to have a ton of people tuned into the show, and I want to give people as many chances as possible to win something. All right, here we go, folks. Let's bring on the master of raffle ceremony to get us ready for the weekly raffle.
Hey, Todd Pettigill, it's Saturday afternoon. What time is it? It's wheel time. Bring me in that wheel. Now, there's not as many chances, many of you wanting to win this expensive prize that's on the wheel today. But knowing we don't got much time, and remember, folks, tonight, Hawks Knicks game 1, starting at 6 p.m. Eastern time, 5 Central time. If you're ready, are we ready? Let's go to that wheel and let's get a winner this afternoon, and let's take it to the limit. Let's spin it.
It's time to announce the winners of the weekly Asmaniac raffle. Let's spin the Jake Asman Show Wheel of Champions and find out which Asmaniac is winning an epic prize.
Oh, baby, here we go. We have ourselves 3 signed Jets-related prizes to raffle away today. Everyone who entered throughout the course of the week, including today's show, is on the wheel. Ladies and gentlemen, 3 prizes. Our first prize is a signed football by the GOAT, Jets legend, Darrelle Revis. Again, the rules, pretty simple. You can only win once per weekly raffle. And if you do win, the way to get your prize is you email me, asmanjake@gmail.com, your name and address, so we know where to send your prizes to. Okay. Prize 1 is the Revis football. We're ready to spin the Wheel of Champions. Here we go. Good luck to everyone. The winner is... Anthony Lozerano, who's watching the show. Congrats, Anthony. Anthony, our first winner. He's won a lot. He's got great raffle luck. Congrats, Anthony. Our winner number 1 here on our Saturday soiree. Anthony, well done, sir. Well done. All right, here we go. Prize number 2 is a signed helmet by Garrett Wilson. Hell yeah. I see Anthony goes, are you kidding me? Thank you so much. Anthony, you're the man. And I have your address already. So if you haven't moved, don't even worry. I know where to send it. All right, here we go. Let's pull the wheel up on the screen once more. Shuffle the names. The winner of a Garrett Wilson signed helmet is Atlanta Jets fan, who I met at our Tampa meetup this year. Atlanta Jets fan. That's awesome. Congratulations. A Garrett Wilson signed helmet is your prize. All right. Here we go. One final spin. This one is for a Wayne Corbett signed football. Let me pull the Wheel of Champions back up on the screen. Here we go. One final spin in this week's weekly raffle. Good luck to everyone who's entered. The winner is Jetstream 1989. Congrats to Jetstream, a great listener who's won before. Awesome job by him. Our 3 winners: Anthony Lozerano, Revis Football; Atlanta Jets fan, Garrett Wilson signed helmet; and our final winner, Jetstream 1989, a Wayne Corbett football. Hell yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to do a 4th raffle prize. A t-shirt from the Jake Asman merch store. You could pick your March for Art shirt, your Garrett Wilson shirt, an Asmaniac shirt. Bonus spin, a shirt from jakeasman.com. Ladies and gentlemen, one final spin. The winner is Doc Jet fan. That is awesome. And congrats to Doc, whose son is getting married this upcoming week. So Doc, congratulations. You pick a shirt you want and we will send it to the Doc. Again, congrats to our winners. Let's go. Hit the Jet chant for them. Love it. Doc, congratulations. Again, Doc, Jetstream, Atlanta Jet fan, and Anthony Lozerano were the winners in this week's Asmaniac Weekly Raffle. We're on to Raffle 70, which already features 3 items centered around the draft. Revis, Mangold, Namath. 3 of the most successful Jets draft picks of all time. Ladies and gentlemen, now we must declare a winner. Who is advancing to the Final 4? Our first Asmaniac to cut down the nets and win their region. Ladies and gentlemen, representing the inside-outside region in the Final 4, pulling off the upset. Congratulations to the Chef Kevin, with a victory over Kyle Clifton, 54-46. Big-time performance by Chef Kev. 2 outstanding callers. Kyle is great. Kevin is great. This was a tough one. Great job by Chef Kevin. The videos potentially put him over the top. He wanted it bad. The Cloverleaf Tavern supported Chef Kev in this endeavor, and it's Chef Kevin moving on to the Final 4. Chef Kevin, the first to advance, representing the inside-outside region. So, Kevin, congratulations. If we look ahead of the bracket, who will Chef Kevin play? He'll face the winner of Monday's Big Fella and Queen Leanie showdown. That one will get underway 4 p.m. Monday afternoon. Let's go. Congrats, though, to Chef Kev. He earned it. Spectacular performance. I've met Kev many times. I was trying to find the meetup video from Cloverleaf, but I couldn't find it. But I did find this great photo of Chef Kev and I at a Jets game together before the Jets. I think they lost to the Chargers this night, and then the season spiraled, but we can ignore that. Anyway, thank you to everyone who tuned in today. Thank you to everyone who helped us hit 45,000. That's awesome. Again, we talk Jets year round. They are the team that has the longest playoff drought in sports. So the fact that we were able to get to 45K is insane. Thank you all for your support. You guys are great. And we will be back at it on Monday. We have the draft coming up this week. So I got some great content on the way. We're live from Pittsburgh. We'll be live after the Jets make their picks. We'll be live for a full recap of night one after the first round. I'll be partying during the day with several hundred Jet fans who are coming to our party. So I can't wait. You guys are the best. Love all of you. And trying to think of the best way to end the show. Like, what clip can I play that just encapsulates greatness and glory? I think I have it. Again, go Jets. Jets, 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 Jets. Let's go Knicks later. If you're going to the Garden, say what up if you're there. And yeah, let's enjoy our weekend, baby. Weather's great. Go Yanks, go Knicks. Maybe the Mets will win a game. And we'll talk to you soon. The draft is finally upon us. Let's go Jets.
See this hat, everybody? Does it look like I really abandoned this team?
That's what I'm looking at right now. You can't see this hat. A colon shirt. What the hell?
Jets.
I am going to get sick to my stomach looking at this. Wow.
Sorry, dude.
This is regurgitating.
Sorry, I don't have a six-pack, dude. I'm sorry.
You look like regurgitation. You want to see what a real man looks like? You want to see what a real man looks like? This is God, man. This is God. Look, this is a real God right here. A machine. 272 pounds, muscle and might. Destructive but constructive. Force right here. These biceps here. These are guns that'll rip throats from top to bottom, pillar to pillar, post to post, man to man, muscle to muscle, even all gun, baby. This is all guns. This ain't no bullshit. I'm sorry. Please, for the love of Jesus, whatever that, I'm sorry, you freak. No, thank you.
Jets. Let's go.
Say go New York, go New York, go! Go New York, go New York, go!
Oh, hi. Jake wants me to ask you to click on the like button.
That's right, Lane, and if they don't subscribe to the Jake Asman Show, this team may never win another game. Let's go Jets!